it's a new face. Man, they not from around here. I think it's a new face.
Now rockin' with DJ.
Who they? They're not from around. It's gotta be my imagination. I think it's a new face. I think it's a new face. I think it's
DJ
a new
Skinny.
face. They not from around.
Let's go.
Who they? Who they? Who they?
Respect the DJ.
Who they? Who they?
Slip and slide DJ.
It's gotta be my imagination. I think it's a new face. I think it's a new face. I think it's a new face. Man, they not from around here. I think it's a new face.
Rockstar.
Greetings, Earthlings, this is my introduction. They say greatness doesn't come overnight, so I'm not rushing. Spaced out swag, best believe I'm paper touching. Super stupid flow, and you bitches can't tell them nothing. UFO, uniquely flying, outstanding. All I speak is cash, I see why you don't understand. UFO, uniquely flying, outstanding. All I speak is cash, I see why you don't understand me. Got a sense for drama, so I always keep the cannon. This is the invasion, so watch out for our landing. Standing tall, never too far. Spring and summer fashion, bro, I get it in the fall. Y'all about to start hating, and I don't mind at all. I'm a thriller like MJ, and my flow is off the wall.
Who they? Who they? They're not from around. It's gotta be my imagination. I think it's a new face. I think it's a new face. I think it's a new face. They not from around here. I think it's a new face. Who they? Who they? They're not from around. It's gotta be my imagination. I think it's a new face. I think it's a new face. I think it's a new face. Man, they not from around here. I think it's a new face. Greetings, Earthlings. I am Wallow. I am Wallow. I am Wallow. I live life like there's no tomorrow. Chris King, KGNOOB. What homes you ain't know? We're UFO. Cargo, khakis, polos, and fresh kicks. That's the definition of what the cargo kids is. SOS, yes, spaced out swagger. I never do anything right, I'm backwards. I'm so galactic, so erratic. You niggas on my old swag, you can have it. The world is mine and your girl is too. So do us a favor, make room for the crew. Wow. Who they? Who they? They're not from around. It's gotta be my imagination. I think it's a new face. I think it's a new face. I think it's a new face. They not from around here. I think it's a new face. Who they? Who they? They're not from around. It's gotta be my imagination. I think it's a new face. I think it's a new face. I think it's a new face. Man, they not from around here. I think it's a new face.
Now rockin' with DJ.
Who they? They're not from around. It's gotta be my imagination. I think it's a new face. I think it's a new face. I think it's a
DJ
new
Skinny.
face. They not from around.
Let's go.
Who they? Who they? Who they?
Respect the DJ.
Who they? Who they?
Slip and slide DJ.
It's gotta be my imagination. I think it's a new face. I think it's a new face. I think it's a new face. Man, they not from around here. I think it's a new face.
Rockstar.
Greetings, Earthlings, this is my introduction. They say greatness doesn't come overnight, so I'm not rushing. Spaced out swag, best believe I'm paper touching. Super stupid flow, and you bitches can't tell them nothing. UFO, uniquely flying, outstanding. All I speak is cash, I see why you don't understand. UFO, uniquely flying, outstanding. All I speak is cash, I see why you don't understand me. Got a sense for drama, so I always keep the cannon. This is the...
Hi guys, welcome back to the WhoDat Podcast, the livest podcast this side of the Mississippi and the Nile River. I am B. How you doing? Nice to see me again. I know. With me as always we have the captain, aka Captain Crunch, Mario.
Captain Crunch. How y'all doing today?
And our guest for this week, I am very fortunate, very happy to tell you all, is one of the most talented musicians and coolest people all around. Just fucking great guy. He's gonna be at the Shut Up and Ink that's coming next weekend. Damien Boggs. If you don't know the man, then you better get acquainted real fast. This dude is extremely fucking talented. Thank you for being on the spaceship with us, man.
Absolutely, man. I'm ready to enjoy the ride.
Man, it's gonna be pretty fucking fun.
I have a feeling it will.
Yeah. We're laid back as shit. But DeMario,
What's up? What's up?
How your week been, man?
It's been busy. I started a new job. You know, the feeling of starting over a new job, you know, you're learning things you already know. You're playing the two truths and a lie.
Yeah.
It's exhausting in its own. It's like, hey, you know, I kind of wish I could just step onto the floor and go to work, you know?
Right.
I know this. I don't.
You just gotta play the waiting game.
Yeah, and then, you know, you're with this training group, and I've got a really nice group of people I'm with. But, you know, eventually you're going to get on the floor. You're not going to be as close as you were with the training group. It's always like that. Every job you're at.
Yeah.
So, you know, it's the song and dance.
That's just a part of it all.
Yeah, but life is good. You know, I got a boo thing at the house. She's cool. Kids like her. Yeah, boo thing. We did a family movie day where we watched the new Lion King. I hadn't seen it yet. It was dope.
You like it?
Yeah, I mean, it is what it is. You know,
it's what it is.
It's not gonna be that huge animated. You know, it's not gonna be.
They just went a little too Animal Planet.
You think so?
Just a little.
It needed a little bit more imagination.
You know, it ain't gotta be all the way realistic.
Yeah.
I just can't wait to be king. He couldn't stand on like a zebra's back.
Right.
That's all. That's all I wanted.
So how did you feel about, I guess, let's say, the CGI in it? Like, it says live action, but it's not live action.
It's not.
No.
It's
not.
You
know, I know that's an old title to talk about. New title. No. I watched Dolomite.
Is it on Netflix?
It's on there. Like, oh my God. Yes, it's good. Have you seen the new Dolomite yet?
No, but I know what I'm doing tonight.
Yeah.
I gotta see it.
Drive, nigga, drive. That shit cracked me up.
I gotta see it.
Yeah, it was good. It was some good shit. You know,
Eddie Murphy, Wesley Snipes,
Peel's in it.
Yeah, thank you.
Gosh, there's a ton of names in it. Like everybody that's currently a working black actor in Hollywood right now.
Is it a reimagining?
No,
what
it is a backstory of how the
making.
So kind of a prequel.
Yes. And
is it wrong that somebody looks like me loves blaxploitation films?
No, hell no.
Like I'm gonna get you suckers, one of the greatest films.
Oh yes,
it's amazing.
That's it. Or The Last Dragon.
Fantastic.
Come on.
Oh,
Come on now.
Show enough.
I just watched The Last Dragon 2 days ago. Bro.
I got the glow the other day. It was beer, but I got the glow.
Yeah, but it's still glowing.
Yes.
It was glowing though.
Bruce Leroy.
Yes, it was good stuff, man.
Vanity got on my damn nerves.
Yeah.
Right?
Man,
Thank you.
like-
she was aptly named, though.
Yes.
Oh, she loves some vanity.
Yes.
I can't deal with those people.
I can't, man. And my only thing is, she kept getting captioned like, "You're not even trying to help me out here." Like, bitch, you see I'm fighting. Like, can you struggle a little bit? Can you fight?
Kidnapper's dream right there.
Kidnapper's dream. Like,
That's what her name should have
Get back
been.
to the house and be surprised. Like, that wasn't amazingly well. Like,
Right.
Like, guys, we have found our niche. We're amazing at kidnapping. No, she's just really bad about not being kidnapped.
exactly.
Right.
It shouldn't be. Vanity
trunk,
should not
oh
be
my
your
God.
name. It should be like easy hostage.
Yeah, right.
know?
Or she could be Princess Peach on Mario, captured what,
God, that
10
one-
times?
Yeah.
Mario should have just left her be. At some point, she's running off.
Yeah,
Like, she's not getting kidnapped all these times, man.
it's a setup.
It's a setup.
How many weird, like, otherworldly beings you got to kill to be with somebody that ungrateful?
You know?
Right.
You know what I mean? You show them, she's like, oh, cool.
Thank you.
And you're like, give me them fireballs back.
Yeah.
Roast you.
about to roast
Roasted
the hell out
peaches
your
go
ass.
great with this whiskey.
Right, right.
Y'all ever seen that movie, 5 Heartbeats?
Yes.
All right,
I've seen 5 Heartbeats.
So you know, when they play that little trick, the shy boy, and they leave off with the girl, and then the boyfriend to the girl comes in. Every night I gotta prove my love.
Yeah, yes.
That's
yes.
that Temptations
Yeah,
one. Yeah,
yeah.
man. Yeah.
It's like
Is it
that
Leon
moment
in that? Is
is like-
Leon in
yeah.
that? From Cool Runnings? Yeah.
He said from Cool Runnings.
Oh, come on, man. That was a big hit for him.
Yeah, yeah.
Worst Jamaican accents ever.
Yes.
And what was the old boy in there?
Not John Candy. No, was it?
No, it was John Candy. It was Leon. And what's his name? Dougie Doug was in it too.
Yes,
though,
yes.
He was a pushcart driver.
Cool Runnings was one of those movies I
Well, I
watched as a kid, and like I didn't get it as a
Oh, for
kid.
real?
But yeah, I was a little kid. You know?
okay.
Yeah, remember I was a little kid when they came out, but
There was some weed humor in it.
yeah. But I get it now. You know, why did I have to go back and watch it though? You know what I mean?
That's an hour and 14 minutes you don't get back.
Right, my kids love watching Good Burger, and every time I just die a little on the inside. Like, yeah, it was cool when it was, you know, is what it is.
My son
But
just got introduced to Good Burger,
oh, you better be ready.
and he finds it amazing.
Yes,
Oh, it is.
he fucking
Just-
loves it.
The way he answers the phone, he'll be like, "Daddy." I'm like, "What's up, man? Welcome to Good Burger." Okay, all right. Okay.
I get it. I get it.
I know. I was there when they came out with it. I was there.
Yeah.
I was there. I lived through that already.
I wonder if they ever sold any Good Burger uniforms.
Definitely.
We should look that shit up.
I guarantee it's
Halloween's
Next-
Thursday, man. Amazon Prime. I think
Yeah.
I see something in your future, man.
Hell yeah.
Oh, what are you gonna go for Halloween? What are you gonna be for Halloween? You dressing up or
I
not?
had no plans.
Oh,
to be
I'm
honest.
gonna rock it this year.
What did you get?
Crushing it. It's simple yet elegant.
Okay.
Yeah, so I am going to have a white T-shirt with the word "life" written on it, and I'm gonna walk around handing out lemons.
Wow. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
And if you don't get it, I'm gonna throw the lemon at you because you're dumb.
Last year, I was a fat ass Donald Trump, and I threw
Donald Trump.
I threw, yeah, right. I threw paper towels at people. I went,
Yes.
yes. Just I got pictures of me on Facebook like this. It was a
He
wonderful.
thought he was like the Oprah of paper towels. You get a roll.
Oh, you get a roll. Everybody's like, "You got some food?" He's like, "Nope." Whoop.
Yeah, but if you boil these, they barely taste like chemicals.
Yeah.
You know,
I got paper towels. I heard you guys were wet.
Yeah.
it better have been bouncy, man. They need that quicker picker up.
Right. Me, I racked up on a bunch of dollar rolls from the dollar store. I was like, I dropped 40 on it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I'm looking for them week-old lemons too.
Right.
Week old lemon.
Yeah, I'm not trying to give you no fresh lemon. I might just zest it on somebody.
Right.
When life gives you lemon zest, you better make chicken orzo soup.
Right. So what else we got on the list today? What we
The strike is over.
strike is over,
The
y'all.
UAW GM strike has come to an official end.
Yeah.
Everybody gets to make money again.
Go back to work.
Everybody gets to make money.
I heart
Yay.
Spring Hill. Y'all can stop yelling at the picketers.
Rest in peace to the man that passed away.
His name was Roy. I don't remember his last name.
Roy.
Yes, I didn't know I
Rest in
just
peace to Roy.
read it. Yeah, it's a guy named Roy.
If anybody that's watching, if y'all know his name, please put it in the comments.
Yes, please do that.
We start back. That's why I don't have anything planned for Halloween, because I'm going to be working 12 hours a day, 7 days a week. So
gosh.
I figure I get off work, I'm just going to go to sleep, and
Yeah.
there's no Halloween.
Yeah. I'm going to go as Shaggy, a black Shaggy, not Shaggy from Scooby Doo, not you know, it wasn't me, whatever the
Yeah,
fuck,
that's
man,
what I
not that
was
Shaggy, no, and she's gonna do Velma,
Oh, nice.
Black Shaggy.
that black Shaggy.
It's funny because my daughter's name is Daphne.
Yeah.
And she loves Scooby Doo. And she's like, "Did you name me?" I was like, "No,
No.
honey. We named you after the wood nymph from Greek mythology because
Right.
we're nerds."
We're nerds, all right?
We play D&D, okay?
Well, not so much that, just like we read way too much,
Oh yeah.
which is why we don't lose arguments.
Okay.
Nah,
All right.
That's nice though.
Well.
No, her like because her mother, it's crazy. Her mother's sister is named Lorianne, and Lorianne's husband is named Steve, and Steve, in one of the dialects, would translate into crowned one, and Lorianne is like a crown of laurels.
Oh,
And
so it's
then,
the crown.
well, Daphne's father in Greek mythology, to keep her from the goddess Apollo, who coveted her, she was a wood nymph, turned her into a laurel. So and there's a whole family tie-in sort of
Oh,
thing.
wow.
And so we were like, boom, because she came really, really close to being named Juniper. But my last name being Boggs, Boggs, and if she's Juniper, she's gonna be called June, and June Boggs, she gonna end up being Junebug, man. Here's the thing, like I have hood tendencies, and like I know a bunch of Junebugs, and ain't none of them worth a damn.
No,
so I'm not
Junebug.
trying to like, you know what I mean? Because we all know.
I'm not gonna put that on you.
Everybody know Peanut, Lil Bit,
Yeah.
Junebug,
Pookie.
Ray Ray, and Ray Ray's always the dumbest one you know. Ray Ray's the one you send to get Laffy Tabbies come back with now and laters.
Yes, yes.
Like Ray Ray, he's like, what?
No.
He always
knows
gives you
now
something
later's
that's
gonna hurt
$1
you.
cheaper than what you ordered.
Yeah, and he keeps the dollar. Too.
Keeps the dollar.
Ray Ray might not can read, but he can make a dollar.
Yeah, he can do
can make a
math.
dollar.
He can do math like a
It'll probably be your
motherfucker.
dollar if you ain't.
Yeah, it is your dollar. I gave him the money.
Yeah,
I said, go ahead and get you a Fresca, man.
yeah,
What's a Fresca?
right.
I'm gonna get the thing that's $1 cheaper.
Wow.
He made $2 to go to the grocery.
Right. Hey, that's the way they do it too.
Damn, Ray Ray.
Every time, he got an excuse for all of it too.
We need a T-shirt that said, "Damn, Ray Ray."
Wow.
I think
Right.
Bruh Man off Martin, his name was probably Ray Ray.
Yeah. Hey, bruh man could have had his own show though.
Bruh Man
There should have been a
definitely
spinoff.
Yeah.
There should have been a spinoff.
For
Yes.
sure, bro, man.
Yes.
They talked about rebooting Martin though. I don't know if
How they gonna do it? Gina don't look like Gina.
I saw Gina on
I saw-
Empire, and she wasn't looking terrible.
Gina's on Empire?
Gina's on Empire. She's in like a
It's the final
like a
season.
bootleg SWV type group. You know what I mean?
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
SWV was dope. man.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, for sure.
People sleep on 90s R&B so hard they don't even get it.
You seen the meme? They said the reason we
Shy
don't.
and
Vogue.
Silk and Vogue.
yes.
No, I go way deep, man.
From
And
the
if you
very
don't love
first
112,
Oh,
112
yeah.
was so
Peaches and
cold, man.
cream. You know what I mean? I was young. I knew all the words. I
my
didn't know what
God.
peaches and cream really meant.
Yeah.
I had no
but
idea.
dude, that
And they had innuendo back then.
They
Yeah,
did.
it wasn't directly.
Dude,
Just,
we're very bold now.
yeah.
Yeah,
Well, I
no.
mean,
It's not
But
peaches
that's
and
not. But
cream.
that's not cute, man.
Yeah.
Because that
It
game
just-
doesn't really. That's not game that lasts. That might close the evening for you, but you ain't gonna end up with somebody you want to be with more than like 3 nights.
Exactly.
Right,
You know what I
right,
mean?
right.
You need somebody that can mentally stimulate you, and that's what I love about old school R&B. And I'm talking like old school. Like we can go back to Reverend Al Green,
Come on.
Teddy Pendergrass. Like we can walk it all the way. Johnny Taylor. Let's go old school soul stuff. It wasn't just so in your face, man. It was
Right.
real communication, real music, real conversation, and it was clever. Sometimes it was funny, but it was always genuine and had like this honesty thing to it. It was
emotion.
It really was.
Lenny Williams.
Oh,
'Cause I Love You. It's
That's
still one
it.
of the most dynamic songs ever recorded to me.
that
It's just
And can we talk about the way the snare and bass work on that song? Too,
because
though?
it just it
It just
carries you
sits
through
in
it.
that pocket and just the whole thing is a tidal wave of emotion. Oh, it was so good.
yeah.
The only time it stops is when you just man.
And then they carry that out right into that refrain. Oh, not even fair, man.
Go look up Lenny Williams, everybody, if you don't know what we talking about.
Yeah,
You're
and put
missing
it on
out.
your playlist when
Yes.
like you want to like go order the dessert for her.
Yeah,
Grab
the
a
dessert,
cup,
yeah.
order the dessert, grab a couple of espresso, take a walk around the block, Then when you get in the car, you pop that Lenny Williams in.
Oh.
Or close with the Lenny Williams, but start off like you're not gonna go wrong with Otis Redding Live in Europe, 1966.
Nice.
Start with a couple tracks off of that, then go right into. There's a couple of really great Marvin Gaye tracks on his album that they released after he passed away, which is huge, orchestrated, lots of strings. It's his favorite album he made, so it's really emotive. And you go into that, and then from there. Do like Turn Down the Lights by some Teddy Pendergrass, and then lay into that Lenny Williams. And then if you want to modernize it a little bit because you feel like, it's getting sleepy and a little tired, and I feel like I should be wearing bell bottoms, John Rich. Throw it John B. No, throw it into John B.
John B.
Throw it into John B.
Yeah.
They don't know you're gonna hit it with the they don't know.
They don't know about what the people say. They don't know about you and me.
You're closing the deal on that.
Yeah.
Closing the deal
Your
on that.
mind, 'cause it's jealousy. They don't know about this.
That's perfect.
Dude, and the thing was, same way as like, there's a couple of artists when you're like, this is amazing, and then you get the record and you're like, that's a white dude.
Yeah,
that dude scared the crap out of
Yo.
me, man. It's like,
John B.
John B is the least likely white dude at the party.
No, Bobby Caldwell.
Bobby Caldwell.
He's
Bobby
number
Caldwell.
one. Bobby Caldwell took
Bobby
that.
Caldwell, man. Yes.
I didn't find out Bobby Caldwell was white till I was grown. Yeah.
Love.
Yeah.
Tried everything. And that dude plays every instrument.
Yeah.
Every instrument.
Yes.
Like, that dude is a beast.
Right.
But here's the problem.
All those instruments too.
It's a weird thing. You grow up around grown folks' music, and you make grown folks' music.
Right.
And the thing is, music is that one area right now, especially given our social and economic structure, where music is still that one place where colorblindness can exist.
Right.
Where it's an arena where it's okay. I think art in general, maybe. I think music is being a little bit too, it's being a little bit too narrow. But art in general, like, because it doesn't matter, because it affects you on a real emotional level.
Right.
Because we're all just people. You know what I mean? And that's a place where we get to just be people, and it doesn't matter about the way you look or like where you grew up or even necessarily who you voted for, though that's kind of a problem.
But you go to a festival, man, that's the most
you hear. Yes, it's the most
connected.
eclectic group of people, and there's so many different types of people that are there for the same thing, to be moved emotionally and spiritually by music, and I think art's the same way. I think art in all of the different mediums is the same way. Right. Photography has been blowing my mind lately because there's just these local photographers and that I've been seeing doing work that like I didn't expect to see.
Right. So give me an example, because me and him both are photographers. So you're right.
Honestly, and it's people who are a little bit newer to the game. For me, like because I play music, so I need a lot of promotional material.
Right.
And it's a lot easier for me to put something out if I'm not going to sit around and snap pictures with my phone because A, it's not professional, it doesn't look good, and I don't want to put an image out there that doesn't reflect what I do musically, which I try to be as professional as I can.
Right.
With what I do artistically, so I'd like my promotional materials to reflect that.
Right.
I did a shoot with somebody who is my next door neighbor that is, and I don't think she would take offense to knowing it, but I think she is still a newbie in a lot of ways. It's not like she's been doing photo shoots and been doing stuff for 10, 20 years.
Right.
She's still newer at it.
Yeah.
But the stuff that she produced, just the previews I saw, and then she shot my friend's, our mutual friend's wedding. And then another friend of ours that we work with did the family shoot, and then I saw a few other things, and it's literally this person leveled up so freaking fast you thought they bought a book of cheat codes.
Oh wow!
And it's amazing to see that. And it's do you know Meredith Joy?
I don't, but I'll check
singer
it out.
songwriter. Like she does her photography is called Tatted Cat.
Really?
She's like she's like a 22-year-old, 23-year-old cat lady.
Right.
But she's covered in really nice tattoos. But she's like an amazing singer, great songwriter. But is gotten into loves photography, has gotten into the game, is invested in it, done the work, done the time. She's done a lot of do you know Sarah Gillum?
Yes.
So she's worked with Sarah, like taking Sarah's, really learning and putting in the time. But to see somebody level up that quickly, like from where I know she started to like the stuff I'm seeing her put out now, it's just like, damn.
Right.
Like that's a really cool thing to see. And just there's a couple other local photographers that are like fledgling, early into it.
Right.
And I think a lot of that comes with their taking chances. They're taking chances, but they're not putting out their mistakes, which I think is really cool.
Right.
Yeah.
I think they're seeing the things that work and that speak and kind of jump off of the screen, now that we're in the age of digital photography as opposed to film.
Right.
Because there are people that I look at that still do film that I'm just so floored by.
Dude,
AJ Holmes.
I miss film. I wish film was still
Like with what AJ does with film. AJ took some photos of me that wrecked me because I was like, I don't like looking that vulnerable. I like feeling that vulnerable, but I don't want you to save it in amber forever. But it's it's really brilliant work. I think he does amazing work. Ross has done some stuff digitally that I really like. We all love Ross James. Ross does a great job.
Ross is good. I was a frat brother to Ross. We were really close, and it's so weird because like Ross does a lot of political and formal things, and I do a lot of informal things. So we're kind of like a yin and yang for what we do.
We're opposite sides of the same coin. But you both do what you do.
A lot of people wouldn't know that we're as cool as we are and stuff. So yeah, I got a lot of respect for Ross. So,
but I just love that art is that one place, because for someone like me who is constantly seeking connection with people, like whether it's through music, whether it's through the paintings I do, whether it's through the food that I cook, because as a cook, whatever it's through, whether it's just through conversation, I'm always been somebody who looks inherently for connection instead of reasons to not be involved with someone on any sort of basis. I want to, what's your deal? What are you into?
Right.
Where do we have a commonality? And I think, contrary to what the media wants to put out there, I think most people are actually like that.
Yes.
You know what I mean? Like we're being divided and conquered as a nation right now. And I think it's up to, for once in this young nation's history, I think it's, since the 60s, it's up to the artists to save us again.
Right.
For real.
To point the light on it and put us in the right direction and tell us, hey, guess what? We're all human beings. We're all people. And we deserve to be treated like human beings and like people. I don't care what you look like. I don't care where you came from. I don't care who you love. No. I don't care. Let's just be people and be, and like with the strike thing, like it doesn't even matter what side you landed on with that. If you can't give support to somebody standing up for their perceived value as a human being, I do tend to question that a little bit.
Right.
And it's like, again, I'm not a member of a union. I don't work in a field where that's even an option. But my understanding is these people are standing up for their perceived value as human beings and as employees and as workers.
Right.
To not at least show them the respect that they deserve, I think is short-sighted.
Right.
So I think that as an artist, there's also, as an artist, you look at that and go, oh, there's opportunity to create there, because that's an idea. It's a kernel. It's a spark. It's a little idea. And I know you guys as photographers and as videographers and as you guys make content.
Right.
So there's stuff there for you too. And I think, with the way that I create, I see it too. I just think like it's a really cool time to be alive. It's a really cool time to be alive because we can create things that maybe other generations couldn't.
We can do whatever we want.
We can, but there's also a responsibility that comes with that, and that's to create good work, because there's a lot of trash being created because anybody can put anything out.
Yes.
So if you want to be an artist, like create good work. We have to create quality work.
Yes.
Right.
And that's why I was like so excited, like, and a little bit taken aback, you know what I mean? Because I'm a little bit older than some of these younger artists, and seeing somebody like Meredith and seeing people like Cassandra Coleman and seeing these people so quickly level up and produce great work. I'm floored by that, and I think it's awesome.
Yeah,
Right.
it's gonna
Because
take
it makes
everything
somebody
up.
like me who's been in the game a lot longer going, it's never game over.
We're in the information age, and
It's
a lot of
never
people
over.
don't utilize that.
Well, if you're uneducated, you're lazy.
Yeah, there it is.
If you're uneducated at this point in time,
You're
you
lazy.
don't want to do the work. You're lazy.
Right.
Lazy.
Right.
And I'm not
Absolutely.
being mean, but like,
It's just it's
if
too
you don't
easy.
know something,
We all have computers in our pockets
Yes.
you have more information in your pocket right now
than the world has had.
than the world has
available.
had in the previous 20 years previous to today. You have more information. You have the access to more information than anyone has ever had in the history of civilization.
Right, exactly.
And you're not building pyramids.
You don't speak Spanish?
There you go.
If you don't speak Spanish, you don't even have to learn Spanish. They have an app that a motherfucker in Spanish can talk to you in Spanish. It'll translate it into English, and you can speak into English, and it'll translate them back to Spanish.
Yeah, so you can do that, but also like
Learn Spanish.
learn Spanish.
Yeah.
Like the thing, you have Babbel. You can download an app and you can learn Spanish with Babbel. If I don't like to read, it makes me tired. You have Audible. There is so many ways to give yourself information, education, and to never put yourself in a conversation where you're out of your depth.
Right.
And isn't that what we all want?
Right.
Don't you want to be able to walk into a room of people who don't look like you, don't come from where you came from,
And still be able to hold
and not to be able to hold a conversation, be able to add something, but also be able to listen to something, ingest it,
Right.
digest it with empathy, and then reply in a way that is socially acceptable and has something to add. Because if you're not moving the narrative in the story along, what are you doing?
Yeah.
That's
if
it.
for any reason, if it's not to learn about other cultures for any other reason, do it for the food. Man, them cultures be coming with some amazing.
Huh, bro. Like I like
Yes.
where your head's at, because really all I want to do. I was telling you this earlier.
Yeah.
Like I'm not going to do anything that I don't want to do anymore for money.
Right.
I'm not.
Right.
So I've literally in the last year decided I'm going to monetize my passions. What I'm going to do for work, for my day job, I play music, and that is my job. That is my
Right.
vocation. That is what I am. I'm a musician. I'm an artist.
Right.
So I do that, and I'm paid for it. The only other thing I'm willing to do is to cook amazing food. And
Right.
I am lucky that I work for an owner that owns 2 places that allows me to do just that.
Yep.
So I make great food. I make great drinks. I sing sad songs. They give me money. I'm winning.
Yeah, you're living the dream. Living the dream.
Tiger blood.
Well, yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Got some LSU Tiger blood.
Yeah.
I know Charlie Sheen Tiger blood. That stuff will get you in the hospital.
Not the Charlie Sheen.
Charlie Sheen Tiger blood will give you a fever blister.
I went and saw Charlie Sheen in Atlanta. I caught that little tour he did. I had to catch it.
Well, it's a once in a lifetime thing.
Yeah, I was pretty sure he was gonna check out soon, but he didn't. He's still kicking, man.
still-
Dude,
Yeah.
that dude literally lives by the no risk it, no biscuit philosophy.
Right.
He's living on the edge. I thought I was a daredevil.
No.
I am not.
No.
I am not. I'm like a AAA member compared to that dude.
Right.
His
So-
man clearly has things to lose and doesn't give it one.
Yeah,
give a fuck.
Geronimo was like, that's a wild dude. That dude's wild.
Yeah. So. Go
Real
ahead.
quick, because you mentioned in your profession you don't have the option for a union.
Well, there are
guilds,
musician
small
unions,
unions.
and
Right.
yes, absolutely. But with what I do, it's a little counterproductive, and it's again not me at all shitting on the people who are in, because there are especially particular instruments based union, and they help musicians find gigs, good paying gigs. They do take care of them. For what I do, it doesn't make a lot of sense, you know, just with where I'm at in my career. And that was a total oversight on my, there are, but with what I do as a singer-songwriter who kind of self-manages and self-books, and I take care of my own stuff.
The union doesn't really.
Well, it wouldn't make a whole
gets
lot
in
of
the way.
sense. I do
Yeah.
have licensing
Right.
through my publishing company and through the company that licensed me as a songwriter, which is ASCAP.
Okay.
In a way, they operate kind
Let's
of
come
as a
back to
union.
that too.
Yeah.
But go ahead. Keep
But
going.
I mean, but again, it's not the same as a UAW or
Right,
IAW or like.
Well, the only reason I brought it up because during this strike, I just like to research and read shit. Have you ever heard about the 1940s musician strike? It's the only reason I found out about it because it's the longest strike in history.
It is, and it came during the war. And it was mostly jazz musicians.
Yes,
Because the big
yes.
band, we're talking, this is the era of Artie Shaw, Duke Ellington, Les Brown. This is
Ellington.
Yes.
Duke Ellington is the gentleman, first gentleman of
Yes.
jazz. He was the man. But let's
just
see,
got
Harry
the,
James.
The Great Day in Harlem photo, you know the old,
dude.
I just got it gifted to me.
Duke Ellington is, there's a cut of Sophisticated Lady that he did in Paris that is the opening theme on the Woody Allen film Curse of the Jade Scorpion, which you can't find anywhere in downloadable or even.
You've tried the Fire Stick, you've tried the Kodis and the Cinema HDs.
I've tried I have more jazz than the city of New Orleans. I have a problem with records. I want it on vinyl. I want either a 45 or I want an LP that has it. This live cut is almost impossible to find. But it's a Duke Ellington, like that cut of it. Like there's a million cuts of Sophisticated Lady,
Right.
but that particular version
It's special.
oh my god. And literally I will listen to that. I will literally put that movie on just to hear that cut of it because it's so emotive. And again, it's quality artwork produced in a way that gives you have nowhere to hide. Yeah, and that's what art really is art's job and an artist's job is to elicit a response.
Yes.
As the artist, you do not have a choice to that response. Your job is to elicit it, and you're not responsible necessarily for the response.
Paco's trying to like get me to understand when to rein that in, because as being a photographer, sometimes I just need to do the regular degular family photo, just clean. This is all they want. Just give them what's gonna make them happy. Just go with all the sweaters matching. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I'm the one, like, while we're editing pictures, like I'll just go back to pictures already edited and just start tweaking shit and just like just.
I'll give you some advice.
Like, he can tell 'cause he'll
I'll
look
tell
at him
you
like-
the best piece of advice that I ever received was an older musician told me, play the gig you were hired to play.
Yes.
And that's the thing. So
But with that art, I want a response. I want
You do.
every photo that they see. Like I know, just play the gig, but I just I really want a photo that make them.
Because if the gig you're hired for is making the mother smile, then you play that gig and you
Right.
make her smile. The thing is, you still have the files, and sometimes the response you elicit is your own, and that's okay and valuable and tangible and tactile too.
Yep.
So sometimes it's about, let's be honest, and it's not, I don't think narcissistic, but it's real. We don't really do this for other people.
Right,
We
right.
do this because the way it makes us feel.
Like it always
Yes.
blows
Like
my
a
mind to
Right?
hear.
It's like, I'm not playing shows for other people. This makes me feel amazing.
Right.
You never want them to know I might do this for less money. I don't want them to know that.
Right.
But I need to feel that the dopamine and oxytocin that I get from this keeps me alive.
Yes.
Yeah, and it always blows my mind. This is how you can tell the difference between a photographer and a person with a camera. Is you'll hear some people, they'll be like, "Yeah, I don't do free shoots. I don't do any free shoots at all." And I'm like, at one point in time, I was on the top of my game with the photography, and I reeled it back because I was so tired of just doing what other people wanted to do, that I wanted to do what I wanted to do. And if that meant cutting that stream of income off and down for them, I did that. Just because I was just so sick of the square family photography. But if you're trying to make money, you have to do that. You have to do some of that at the beginning level.
You do the things.
That's like
you
cover
have-
songs for you guys.
Yeah, and my thing is, like, I'm at a point now where I will say no to that.
Right.
And I've been
Exactly.
at that. But see, I made a choice a long time ago, and I wasn't necessarily at a place where it was okay for me to say that. But
Right.
I didn't want to compromise my convictions, and it led to some lean times.
Yep.
But here's the thing: do the things you have to do, that you have to do in order to do the things you want to do.
Exactly. That's going to a 9 to 5.
Yeah. I mean, I work 60 plus hours a week, but I found a way to work 60 plus hours a week doing something that feeds me creatively.
Right.
It doesn't take away from, but it's taken me, I'm 39.
Right.
It's taken me a hot freaking minute to be able to do that.
Right.
So when I talk
But
to you,
if you hit that donate button, then I can get started earlier than that.
Wait, hold on. Let me bring it up for him live here.
So you can
That's
hit
the
that
Patreon
donate button.
page.
You can hit that
Sign up.
donate button and help an artist live a dream of creativity. Right now.
That's the sign up page for the Patreon.
plus with Patreon, I mean, don't they get amazing content and stuff they can't get anywhere else?
Yes.
Aren't there some
Yes.
perks that you can't get?
a
Yes.
lot of perks.
I played a
I've done a
show-
couple shoots until we start getting like a good lineup of people signed up, those shoots aren't going up there. You know,
Yeah.
I've got a shoot of a motherfucker in a unicorn head with a double dildo drinking whiskey, like in
like a
lingerie.
That is actually one of the pictures doubled as the flyer for the Shut Up and Ink after party.
Yeah,
coming
the
next
after
weekend.
party, we doubled that picture for a flyer. So we've got all kind of
Shameless
crazy
plugs
shit.
all the way around.
There's no such thing as a shameless plug.
Yeah, there it
That's the
is.
thing. Like the show I was telling you about, the house party that I played last night in Franklin,
Right.
with Madeline Fenn, who is
Amazing.
like the most amazing artist that I'm currently playing shows with. She's just a vision. She's amazing. Like it's funny because Dion, my drummer. Dion said,
Right, yes.
He said,
I met
"Hey,"
him at Cities.
said, "This is Madeline. Madeline, this is Damien. Damien, Madeline's the female you. Madeline, Damien's the male you." Mm-hmm. And it makes so much sense. We bonded over a lot of stuff, but she has her Patreon page, and the stuff she's doing through Patreon for her patrons literally makes you want to be like, okay, how do I can fit this into my budget?
Right.
Yeah.
Because
I know I
you're
can
getting
make this
stuff that you can't, like, it's not ever available to anybody else.
Yeah.
When she tours, she sends postcards from every city she hits to her patrons.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Nice. Huh.
They get videos that don't air or are never seen by anybody else. They
Right.
Get, I mean, she's smart about it because if people support you and what you do is important to them, as somebody who is an artist, but I'm also a huge fan. Oh my God, how cool is that? That you get
cool.
that you get stuff that's personalized from that
Exclusive
person you support and that you want. There's nothing you want more as a fan of an artist than for them to know how much
They appreciate.
that you appreciate them and that they're appreciated and that you want to continue to move what they do forward. When you really love an artist, how long does it take you to tell a friend about them? Oh my God, hey, you got to hear that. Let me get somebody in my car. They don't get the aux cable. Please. If you ain't Pilot gets the aux cable. Unless it's a road trip, you can have the aux cable, but you also got to open the beef jerky.
Yeah.
So
You know,
Yeah,
that's
I
just
like
what
that.
it is. I need beef jerky. I need 2 pieces of beef jerky, and I need 3 Sour Patch Kids.
Yeah.
Keep it coming.
Them chicken nugget fit.
Keep it coming.
I need you to
You wanna
dunk
be
them
DJ,
chicken
this comes
nuggets.
with
Yeah.
You want
Yeah,
to be DJ?
keep
this
it
comes
coming.
with
You want to be DJ? You gonna feed me too?
Yeah.
Yeah, believe that.
Full show right here.
What I wanted to ask you about the musician strike was, what do you think would happen if that was to be like a modern thing? If musicians pulled that again, with in a streaming type of era.
I honestly, because if we're talking about musicians that are, and this sucks in a lot of ways, because if we're talking about the musicians that are in the industry, which is something that a lot of people aren't really aware of. I mean, people throw the phrase studio musicians around a lot.
Yeah.
I don't think they realize that it's a craft, that these people are professional in a way that does not exist outside of
That right.
well, of a few cities.
It's a vacuum of just talented people that just
These guys show up and literally
are amazing.
they nail takes. So especially in industries that are supported by heavy radio play, I think it would kind of hurt the industry in a way that we wouldn't expect. Because there are some of the same players on every song
Oh wow.
that people just, you don't realize, like man, I love the bass on this song, and then you change station and change format. So say you go from AAA format and you're listening to Lightning 100,
Right.
and you hear a song, and you're like, oh, but it's by a bigger band, but it's on a AAA format, which is Adult Alternative Americana.
Okay.
And you like that. It's Lightning 100, that sort of thing. And you're like, oh, I really like that. And then you switch over to a, say, 97.9 WSIX, a country station.
Right.
Which I don't. But anyway, you switch over to that, and you hear like, oh, wow, man, that band's really killer.
Yeah.
And then you switch over to 102.9 The Buzz, and you hear, oh, there's a very real chance that you're hearing some of the same musicians.
Some of the
Almost
same
all
drummers,
three of
some of the same.
Well, it just depends on the
guitars.
artist too. But I mean, these guys, like, having the opportunity to have been in some of the best studios, I'm super blessed. I live a life that is so far above my station musically. I've been in rooms I didn't deserve to be in. I've been around musicians I didn't necessarily earn the right to be able to sit with or play
Right,
with.
I understand.
So I've been in
He's
some
very
really
humble, everybody.
no, but I've been in
Amazing.
some really cool spots, and there's a difference between a really awesome singer-songwriter and a really awesome band that makes their living playing Friday and Saturday nights, playing their music in a regional area and maybe does regional tours and is popular and makes a living. There's a difference between those players, the individual musicians, and first call studio musicians. It's the difference between a Division II college basketball player and LeBron James.
Right.
Shit.
I mean, I'm not there
Wow.
because when you look at LeBron, there's nothing that man can't do on a basketball court. Love him, hate him, whatever. He's 6'8", 250 plus, can guard positions 1 through 5, can do anything with the ball or without the ball. There are musicians who will hear the first 45 seconds of your song and go, okay, stop, take it from the top. They don't even hear the whole song. They hear enough of it to go,
Got it.
cool. I'm not giving them charts. I'm not showing them anything. They speak music in a way that is so, it's fascinating. And they get in there and they get a couple of, maybe 2 takes.
And got it.
And then they ask you, how do you feel about that? And you can tell them, well, can we do it where it's a little less this or a little more that? And then they'll go in and do exactly what you say. Their job is to give you what you want. And they're so good at they know their instrument in a way that they give you exactly what you want. So if there was a musician strike,
Right.
like, and if these were the people involved in it, I mean, even as much as they're, as much as we're living in an age where, and I don't mean this as a slight, as real musicians,
Just say it,
people
brother.
that play traditional instruments, okay?
Right.
Because I'm not going to take away anything from somebody who makes beats on their computer.
Plays on
or
an
anybody that
autophone.
plays. Here's the thing. You're using the tools that you're given to create music. You're a musician. But if we're going to talk
When it comes to
about
instrumentation.
traditional instruments,
Yeah.
guitar, bass, horn, all the drums, all horns, things that you literally like are literal like instruments,
Right.
Like traditional instruments,
Right. Yeah.
If those people go on strike, it's going to be a hard run, and you know where it's going to hit the labels
Right.
is in their pocketbook.
Exactly.
Because the thing is, with those guys, 1 or 2 takes. So 1 or 2 takes, we're talking 5, 9, 12, 15, 25 minutes. Their part's done. Next person up, next guy up. Because it's multi-tracking. It's not the way
Right.
music used to be made. So they come in and they lay their part, and then the next guy comes in and lays their part down. So you got guitar, and then somebody comes in and lays harmonica, whatever it is.
Right.
So they're you know what I mean? They're running their individual parts. But if there's a strike
And no one's there.
and they're not available,
You gotta
the hell are you going to do now?
You gotta get the
Because it's going to take,
Seamless.
because the B squad, the C squad, and the D squad, though they're amazing as well, and you'd be blessed to have them involved.
with their
You're talking 2 takes, and not 2 takes because they were wrong, 2 takes because you need a certain flavor. So they do a take, and you're like, need a little bit more grease on that one. So I was like, oh, okay. So he switches a little thing around, gives you a little bit more greasiness.
That's a T-shirt.
a little more grease.
So I need a little bit more grease on that one.
Right.
That's a single for you.
Right.
a little bit more grease on that.
The thing is,
more
when you
grease.
get down to the C or the D squad,
Yeah.
it's going to take 4 or 5 takes to get to the, I like that, but I needed a little more grease on that one. And then the translation, and as he puts that into the computer and works it down through the matrix, you're looking at 5 or 6 more takes before he understands what put a little more grease on that one.
Yeah.
So
You know,
he's
because
just-
these guys, they're not younger guys. They've seen everything. They've been there, done that, got the T-shirt, weren't impressed the first time.
Yeah.
They're seasoned cats. They can play anything. So I mean, it would
That would throw
cripple,
off
especially anything that is a radio industry style of music right now. Anything that is dependent on radio support. Because the whole thing is 18 months is about as long as an artist that charts wants to go without a release.
Right.
Even in this era of singles.
Yeah.
So what you want to do, you drop a single and then you follow that up. And you follow that one up.
Right.
And you follow that up and you're almost at the end of the EP, or if it's a full length.
Right.
Well, while that's all going on, you're writing and tracking. So you're working on the next one. So in 18 months,
You can.
like right before you drop your new single, you put the whole record on Spotify. You put the whole thing out there for everybody to have, so they don't have to buy the whole thing.
Right.
You know what I mean? So, but then you release something new, and I've got them, and then they get into your back catalog, and that's how you make money streaming.
Right.
But if you take the musicians out, because we're not in the business of producing real bands anymore that show up
Right.
and make records the way records used to be made.
Right. Nah. Like Cadillac Records type.
No, because no, absolutely, and even like Muscle Shoals, like in Muscle Shoals, like I've someone that I'm very close with, their father was like the original like bass player, the original Muscle Shoals sound. So like playing with all these huge cats, right? And everybody went to Muscle Shoals to get this R&B sound that didn't exist. Aretha went there, for Christ's sake. I mean, Rolling Stones went there because they love R&B,
Right.
and they wanted that sound. So the Stones went to Muscle Shoals. You know what I mean? Everybody went there for a reason.
I get what
because
you
there
mean when
was-
you're able to sit in these rooms that's just.
that I don't feel like I'm. Yes, exactly. So I'm, sitting on a couch talking with,
Inventors.
Norbert Putnam, who lived here in Columbia for a while, and literally is like amongst bass players, kind of deified, kind of a deity.
Wow.
Because he is not. It's not just that he's so good or that he's seen so much or he was an amazing producer, but he did things that previous to him were not done on large format records.
Innovative. I like that.
Yeah, he had a little bootsy on him. You know what I mean?
Ooh.
For a white dude from Florence,
Oh.
he had a little
A little boosie on.
a little fat on the ends.
Aye.
Like he was, and that's the thing. It's like, and it's, I mean, he's played on so many freaking songs that like you would be like, what?
For real.
That's a white dude from Florence,
Right.
you know?
For real. It's making me think like how many, because you know how before we started the show we were talking. Well, no, we were on the show. Bobby Caldwell. That was
Yeah.
But it makes me think now.
There's a legion of Bobby Caldwells, man.
Yeah, that's exactly.
I know, man. And I know a couple of them where you're just like, say what? There's a dude out of there's a cat out of gosh, I want to say he's and I hope I don't bastardize this, but I want to say he's a Londoner. I think he's from London, but he might be from a different town. I know he's a British dude. His name's like Miller Blue, and he does a cover of Redbone by Childish Gambino.
Oh.
Dude, it is the
Don't make me sing.
coldest thing I've ever seen in my life. It's him.
Is it online?
Yeah, man.
Oh, of course.
It's on Mahogany Sessions, which is a beautiful YouTube channel that curates amazing and you guys would love this being in videography. It's beautiful video, beautiful audio of live performances. They bring people in and they just record them doing their thing. But this
That's what I'm
dude,
talking about.
I'm just sitting there looking at him going, bruh,
Right.
because he looks like he should be like literally this is not what he should be doing.
Right.
But that's the thing about music, and the beauty about music is it's not about
Found it.
it's the beauty about art or really humanity in general. Like stop looking at people and making ridiculous assumptions.
Yes.
Yeah. Because when you make an assumption, you make an ass out of you and umption.
What about what's dude? Gosh, he passed
good.
Oh.
away. Michael Clark Duncan.
Hey.
He was like, "You make an ass out of you and yourself."
And that's another. You look at that dude and you're like, that should have been Luke Cage. First off,
"Yeah, well,
But,
he's dead. He died. You know, Michael Clark Duncan."
No,
died.
I know. I'm not happy
Oh,
about it. I'm just
okay.
saying when I think Power Man, I'm like, damn.
Yeah, that's true.
But let's be honest, like Luke Cage was probably one of the best Marvel things ever.
Yeah, it was good.
Especially that first season. Damn.
So I know they canceled them all, but I think they're going
Canceled them all on Netflix. What the hell?
Well,
I don't
Disney's
get it.
coming out with their own streaming.
Yeah, I know,
service.
but I ain't got money for that too. And they're gonna do the Mandalorian on there. Can we just also? I'm a Star Wars nerd, and it's a problem.
he said that's
It's not a problem. It's all right.
No, but it's just
I
like,
think you can cancel Netflix and do Disney. That's gonna be
Yeah,
dope.
But you want some Netflix too?
You know what? I don't know if I want some Netflix.
bullshit.
compared
Peaky
to-
Blinders. I
yeah.
can't miss Peaky Blinder, man. Nothing
some
ever makes a
Netflix.
white dude want to wear a funny hat and go cut people like Peaky Blinders.
Look, man, Eddie Murphy's about to do stand up again. You want Netflix?
That's true.
I just
Plus
hope he
Dave
comes with
Chappelle
another
and
leather
Bill
outfit.
Burr just dropped Paper Tiger.
Paper Tiger is awesome.
Dude, how beautifully was that shot?
Right?
Those shots from behind, it looked like a Zeppelin concert. It was amazing.
And I like
Amazing.
that he really takes
Bill Burr don't give any shits, does he?
fuck. He don't know what a fuck looks like.
No,
He said he don't know what the
he
fuck
checked
he
his
like.
pocket, his car. He ain't got none.
He ain't got nothing to give.
Out of him, man.
But you can tell that he had to go to London and do that. If you guys haven't like seen Paper Tiger on Netflix,
Good
Mr.
God.
William Burr, Billy Burr, old freckle face,
BB.
BB did a great job. And like,
All his stuff's good though, man.
This
That
is
dude,
funny as
because he's
hell.
smart. He's like on that. See, the coolest thing that I saw Bill Burr at Zany's in Nashville.
Nice.
The day Rick James died,
Oh no.
Charlie Murphy, Bill Burr. Oh, what's the dude that's Ashy Larry? What's his name? Donald.
Oh, I don't know his real name.
Donnell Rollins.
Donnell Rollins. It was Donnell Rollins, Charlie Murphy, and Bill Burr at Zany's in Nashville the day Rick James died.
Wow.
So Charlie Murphy was just supposed to MC,
my
and it was those two. And so we got tickets, and I'm just like, and Donnell is a killer. He's a killer.
I bet he
dude. He's
is.
amazing.
He
He's
didn't get enough
amazing.
screen time, I don't think, on
But man,
Chappelle's
as
show.
a stand-up, that dude is a straight gangster. He is so killer, man. It's insane. So he got up there and just murdered. But the cool part was Charlie Murphy introduces everybody. So he's MC in between. He comes on and he's upset about Rick.
Yeah.
So
Oh, yeah.
he sat down for about 15 minutes and told stories that weren't on Chappelle's show, all that, and it was just like, oh my god, it was hilarious and heartwarming and sad and human and beautiful. So we're seeing that and just like, oh, how lucky are we right now?
How
Right.
You know,
And
then
that's like Patreon content. If you could have got that on a Patreon, you know what I mean?
So he does that, and then Donnell comes out and just slays, just slayed it. And then Charlie comes back out and does like another 10, 15 minutes of telling stories about all this crazy shit. And like, you don't even know crazy till you've been in a drive-thru
those guys in the building.
with Rick James.
the drive-through line.
He's like, you ever been in a drive-thru with Rick James? I was like, I don't know Rick James. I've never been anywhere with Rick James. He's like, you don't know shit. And then Charlie Murphy hips me to some shit. And I was just looking around going, am I the only one that knows how amazing this is?
Right.
Thankfully, I was with cool people, and they were like, this is fucking amazing. I was like, yeah, I know. Shut the fuck up. Shut up, this is amazing, you know? And then Bill Burr comes on, and I literally, at that point in my life, that was the funniest stand-up set I'd ever seen. I was just like, who is this Ginger Ninja? He's amazing. He's amazing.
As you see him, like
You're like, this dude.
and then when he starts talking though, like
And
his
when he does that
viewpoint-
little pacing and going,
you know what I'm saying?
because I know that dude, but also
I know
but you
that guy.
don't don't expect that dude to have like legit street flavor. You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
Yeah.
Right.
But he does.
He really does.
Like, one
He's
of the-
from Boston. Like so,
and
he
it's-
has a very devil-may care, but I kind of care, but only if I want to.
Yeah, but he's not afraid of anything.
Nah, shit.
No.
He's fearless as fuck.
And I love that
He's
because in
fearless.
art, when you're fearless, that's when you get stuff done.
Yes.
You know, that's when you get. That's why Nina Simone's Nina Simone. She ain't scared of anybody. You know what I mean?
That's where I pray for fearlessness because of Nina Simone. It's actually part of my prayers now because there's this clip of her when she's what is freedom? Somebody asked her what freedom is.
Freedom?
And she was like, no fear. She's like, imagine just having no fear in a situation. Like, if I could have had that half my life, I would have been, I don't know where I would have been. Like, and that just made me start. Like, if Nina Simone said that half her life she was in fear.
Well,
Oh,
I mean,
my goodness.
If you watch What Happened, Miss Simone, if you watch that documentary and you are not crying hearing it,
I'm so glad you said that.
I don't think you have a pulse, man.
Because when
I
you
don't-
first said it,
I
I was
was
in my head. I was
weeping,
like,
dude.
I'm telling you, cried.
Oh my, no, dude, I was weeping.
Yes.
Because, like, literally, like, my musical heroes, Nina Simone has always been, and the three people that are, to me, the most important. If you're talking Desert Island, if you're talking Desert Island
All right,
heroes.
we're talking Desert Island. What's three
My three musical heroes?
musical heroes? But you only get to take their best album.
Okay.
What's the three and which album you taking with you?
Nina Simone Sings the Blues. Jeff Buckley, Grace.
I haven't heard of Jeff Buckley before.
Jeff Buckley, Oh, you got homework. It's going to be great for you.
Yeah, how
It's going to be great for you because he's basically the male Nina Simone with a dash of Robert Plant and a whole lot of soul, but also a little bit of Zeppelin.
Jeff Buckley?
Jeff Buckley is literally my favorite artist. If you can give me one, I'll just take Jeff Buckley's entire catalog and go to Desert Island right now.
For real?
Absolutely 100%. My favorite singer, my favorite songwriter, my favorite vocalist, Jeff Buckley, period.
Wow.
Period. And I own more music than most countries.
Most countries.
But like
if
literally,
you had to pick a third, who would be your third?
well, I have a third, and it's definitely Bob Dylan, and it's the Live at Budokan record.
Okay.
Because Bob was an amalgamation of so many different things. He was a rebel, he was a lover, he was fearless, and he wrote some of the best songs and always put the best band around him. You know what? I'm gonna take back not Live at Budokan. Love that record. I'll do Before the Flood. I'll do that live record because that's when he has the band with him. So he has Levon Helm and Robbie Robertson and Rick Danko and Richard Manuel and like the band because they're so
like this.
Yeah,
I'm looking
because
at Before the Flood and just Jeff Buckley. Period.
Yeah, just start with Grace. Like literally, and when Grace comes on, like find it, like light some candles, bro. Like,
He said light some
You might
candles.
want to run a bath because this is grown folk shit. It's like literally the way this record starts. It starts with a song called Mojo Pen, which is like the most intoxicatingly beautiful post rock song I've ever heard in my life.
Wow.
It starts with these harmonic things off of his guitar, and then he just hits this crazy, beautiful falsetto. He's like, ooh. He's got this beautiful voice, and you're just like, you know, and it just repeats that, and then and he's playing this guitar line that's just like this amazing picking, and the lyrics, and he writes amazing lyrics, and he died way too soon, but there's a verse in the song that I literally, when I start getting ink, it's over. I'm gonna be the painted man because I have no tattoos yet.
You don't have any tattoos?
Not yet, but there's a thing coming up. So
yeah.
Oh yes,
There's a thing.
Hey, shut up. Wait. Should we jump in on that one real quick?
Hey, and if you would like to get in on the
you.
tattoos, come to the after party. There'll be it's a tattoo party, and we have alcohol, and we have some food.
Yes.
No reason to miss it.
That's November.
And there may
9th.
be music, right?
Yes. Look, so let me run down. This is it, y'all. November 9th. Hold on, let me change this camera angle right here, straight on, so I can look at it.
Get 'em.
November 9th, we're doing Shut Up and Ink.
Shut up and ink.
So, on that day, it'll be a tattoo competition. Most local shops are competing.
Yeah.
Okay. They will be competing for a $600 cash prize. In the meantime, in our whole area we have rented, we're going to have Damien Boggs himself. He will be performing.
Yeah.
Okay. Short and Low will be performing.
Yeah.
What's the Poets Club called?
The Po Boys and Poets.
Po Boys and Poets will be performing.
Yeah.
Blue Moon Bambi will be fire dancing and doing this pole dancing demonstration.
Yeah.
Derek Weaver will do a glass blowing demonstration.
Yeah.
What am I leaving out? I feel like I'm leaving out somebody.
I don't think you are.
Is that it?
I feel like
so. That will be going on outside with food trucks, vendors selling clothes and shirts and stuff.
Yeah.
Okay. Afterwards, we're doing an after party. Okay, after parties at the Sky Bar. There will be some tattoo artists there available. There will be music. It's like a cool down from after this big event. You sit, chill, relax, eat, drink. Yeah. Supreme Vegan will be available, serving food. Okay, Sky Bar will also have wings and a couple other things. But yeah, that's all day, November 9th. Just block that whole shit out, okay? And just it's free. It's free. Fuck it. Why can't you? You want something free to do, something that's not going to cost you money, unless you want to eat or buy clothes, come out.
Come out.
Damien's going to go on around 7. Short and Low goes on at 6. Okay, those are the two musical acts. That's PM. And
Po Boys and Poets is going on right before Short
and Low.
Yep.
So you want to see the glass blowing demonstration? That's beforehand also. So that's all going on. It's free. I don't have to sell you. I don't have to sell you tickets. It's free.
Hey, who's doing the glass blowing?
Derek Weaver?
Okay.
Yeah, you might have come across his videos a couple times. He's got a beard just like yourself, except he's a black man, and all he does is he has these cool goggles on, and he plays some funky tracks and blows glass.
Nice.
Nice pieces, some cool stuff,
So
man.
you're gonna be a record player there?
No, but maybe. I mean,
You can bring one.
Bring one.
I found this new James Brown record.
Here it is.
But it just got released.
Right.
It was recorded in '70. It's no singing, but it's like his psychedelic funk record.
Nice.
And it's
James Brown has a psychedelic funk record.
Yeah, it's
That's dope.
What's the name of
stupid. Psychedelic funk.
For real? Damn.
Straight to the point. So
No, I don't have any ink. I'm excited. Tell me more about this thing, man.
okay. So what we did.
And I know you said local shops are.
Yeah. Next year will be bigger, but we had
But this is the inaugural one. This
This is the
Never
The
been done
inaugural.
before.
Yeah.
Right.
Inaugural. Let's do it.
Right. So what we did is there's a lot of commotion between the shops. It's not a united community, and we're trying to unite, and it should
Let's
be.
squash that.
That's what we're trying to do, man. So look, we've
One
got it,
nation
and we're
under
trying
the
to
ink.
bring this community together because it is an art form. So I want it to be
Absolutely.
accepted through art, through themselves as artists. There's a lot of beef, and
And it's actually the first art form when it comes to Colombia that already has a foothold, not something that has to work its way in.
Because you think about it, there's Broadmoor,
Brightmoor.
Brightmoor.
Brightmoor. I
Sorry.
got your back. Go ahead.
No. Broadmoor was a theater near where I grew up. Is that Dollar Theater with a sticky
okay.
floor? So I
Yeah,
always
yeah.
think when I hear more, I'm like, oh, Broadmoor, that's that Dollar Theater with a
Yes.
sticky floor. You ever go to a Dollar Theater, the floor is always like sticky.
Yes,
You're
yes.
like, what did they do? What did they mop this with gummy bears?
Yeah. Is it
And so
Pepsi?
Brightmoor, that's where Levi's at, right?
Yes.
Yeah, okay. So there's Brightmoor, Ronin,
Right.
Revolution,
Lucky.
Lucky,
Yep.
and who else is there? There's several.
Golden Yeti.
No,
Golden
Yeti's
Yeti's in Franklin.
but they're competing.
Are they?
Yes.
They have a great reputation.
Oh, I know.
A guy that I worked with got an amazing piece by them. And
Right. And there's a Muletown. Is it called like Muletown Art Emporium? It's like over there where Flipping
Oh,
used
yes.
to be.
Where Flipping
It's
used to
something
be.
like that. No, it's Muletown. I forget the name. I apologize so much.
Muletown
But
Tattoos.
Shauna from there is going to be competing. Any listeners out there know the correct name? Please tag it in here.
let's just all show up and support the art, y'all.
Right. So
this is such an ancient art form.
This is a competition for $600. So you get $600 if you
Not
win.
only that, how about you get to be the winner of a competition amongst your peers.
Right.
But not only that, how about you get to be around your peers?
Right.
How about we get to be like, because if I went to a songwriting competition, which I never do, but if I went to a songwriting competition,
It's just-
you know why I would go there? Because I want to be around other
Camaraderie.
songwriters,
Exactly.
camaraderie, contemporaries. I
And
want
let-
to know, you earn the respect of your contemporaries, and you know what? You'll never be disappointed in your work. Because as much as I care what a listener might think, I really care what a songwriter thinks.
Right.
And I think tattooists are the same way.
Hell yeah.
The public hasn't seen this yet. So I'm going to show you. Okay, you've seen our logo, the WhoDat Podcast, the owl and everything.
And I love that it's WhoDat, me being a Saints fan.
Yeah, there it is.
Okay, Drew Brees came back today, 373, 3 touchdowns. Yes.
So this is the
Yes.
trophy. The bottom hasn't been laid on the plaque yet,
Don't
but this is
show
the
them.
trophy. I'm not showing them. I'm showing Damien
Don't show
Boggs'
that
reaction
shit.
video.
Let me
There's
see
your
that.
camera right
Here we
here.
go.
Be careful.
You ready for this dope ass trophy? This camera right there. Look at this
All right.
thing right here. Is that not sick as fuck?
Nah.
This is crazy. This trophy, y'all,
Nah.
is dope. When I say it's dope, it's dope.
The shotgun said nah. He said it so
Exactly.
quick. Y'all don't remember Silk, do you?
I remember Silk.
Alright.
That's the most famous offbeat rapper ever.
Dude, he could not keep tempo with a metronome in his pocket.
No, nothing.
You know who I
Didn't
liked
matter.
though back in the day? Y'all remember Fiend?
Oh, Fiend, yes.
Dope, man.
Fiend.
He
I fuck with
every
Mystical, too.
Dude, Mystical back in. But you remember every Tuesday, No Limit and Cash Money were both dropping records, man.
Yeah.
And it was just a thing, man. Because but No Limit always had the cool looking CDs. You know,
the album cover artwork was
it was
always
crazy because
just-
remember that Master P that had the orange one with like the rivets like in the side.
Yeah, the plastic, like the real
make crack like this. Remember that? Song?
Yes, yes.
Oh my god!
You know what I fucked with the Cain and Abel off of No Limit
Cain and
too.
Abel was dope. Man.
Yes, you know what? That CD
That
is
record's-
not on Spotify.
No, it's not.
I'm like, why? I went looking for it.
It's because it's a royalty issue.
Well, no, they also pulled that record into a court case and prosecuted one of them for murder.
Yeah, because he rapped about murder.
Yeah,
okay,
see-
kids. As not a rapper, but someone who really appreciates the genre, don't rap about your crimes.
Right.
You know, I don't sing about mine.
Right.
You know,
right.
I don't do a lot of them, but I don't be like,
But don't
oh,
rap
I was,
about it.
you know,
And
I,
if you do say happen to commit a crime and you want to rap about a crime,
I don't
make it
even,
your crime.
I don't even sing about public intoxication.
Because they might come.
Yes.
Look, and anyway, like what had happened was.
Right. Exactly.
No, but what
Exactly.
I was telling him before, and I'm so excited. Thank you for having me to be as a tattoo virgin to be a part of this.
Yes, awesome.
It's super huge, but this will probably be my ink cherry will get burst.
Yeah.
On this sumbitch, but
Look.
if it's not before, because I don't know, man, I'm itching.
Yeah.
I'm itching. And,
wait
Dude,
till-
I forgot. We're both.
yeah, but
Go
do you know? Do you guys know Whitney Harrington? She does a lot of the mural work. She just did the big mural on the Edwards Jones building, the
Okay.
Columbia.
Yeah.
She did all the stuff in Buck and Board and in Buckhead.
Okay. Yeah.
She did the mule. Her and Quan, y'all know Quan.
Yeah. Quan's been on the show.
Yeah, so her and Quan collaborated to do that mule on the side of Lynn and Duck.
Right.
So like she's
That's who he was talking about because he talked about
Whitney.
that on the show.
That's right.
Yes.
That's
Yep.
right.
she's
We got that.
awesome.
Yep.
She's fantastic. Well, she came up with a tattoo design for me for my first tattoo. And I'm super excited about it.
You are
What
so
is it?
lucky.
What is it?
So it's
Me and Paco had to come up.
I'm from South Louisiana.
Right.
But I've lived here in Tennessee, in Middle Tennessee, Nashville or Columbia, since right before Katrina.
Right.
We moved up here right before Katrina.
Got lucky.
Or, divine intervention.
Right,
whatever.
right.
You create your own luck.
That's true.
You know, I worship hard. I feel like God takes care of me.
Right. Okay.
I'm talking about.
But
Shout out to my daddy.
no, so my I want on my forearm right here. It's a fleur de lis, which, and if you're familiar with the traditional design of a fleur de lis, it's a spike that looks like a spear and two curved pieces.
Right.
And then there's a knot that ties it together as a piece of ironwork that ties it together. It's usually a circle knot and a strap.
Right.
Well, the circle, to me, the fleur de lis is very important to me where
Right.
I'm from, not just as a Saints fan, but like what also that brand wasn't always, if you were branded with a fleur de lis as a woman, you were, it's like the Scarlet Letter. It wasn't a good
Right.
thing.
Right.
Wow.
That even is shown up in the Three Musketeers by Alexander Dumas.
Okay.
Like it tracks literary history. But on that, I want a circle knot. And in that circle, I want the Tennessee TriStar.
Oh, okay.
Oh.
So I feel like nothing says me more than a fleur de lis with a Tennessee TriStar.
Right. Gotcha.
So
Gotcha.
She drew that for me in a way that I think is most excellent.
Okay.
And that's what I want to get.
Okay.
But
When we get off the air, I'm gonna tell you a couple artists to go to.
Okay.
To get that done. Okay.
But look, what I was telling you about, like when I started talking about Jeff Buckley, and like there's a tattoo that I will have at some point.
What?
In that song Mojo Pen, there's some lyrics that, and maybe this is a little masochistic or sadomasochistic, or maybe I'm a weirdo. I'm a weirdo, but maybe this is.
He's like, maybe I'm a weirdo. I'm a weirdo.
But I literally want these lyrics kind of down my back, kind of down my ribs and back area. And it says, there's a lyric in it that says, "The words of your scorn, my love, give me more. Send whips of opinion down my back, give me more."
Whips of opinion.
Yeah.
Wow.
And I'm just like,
I like that.
if you put that anywhere but on your back, you're a liar.
Right.
But you
And
put
I'm
them
not a
right there.
liar. Yeah, but like, and the way that he sings it, like I'm telling you, like, and he covers "Lilac Wine" by Nina Simone on that record.
Huh.
And
I'm
it
checking
is,
this out.
dude. He's a
Jeff
this grown
Buckley.
folks. Jeff Buckley, man, for the win.
Right.
For the and this might be blasphemous until you hear it. My favorite R&B song of all time is a song that he didn't get to release because he died before, and they released it after he died.
Oh,
but there's a song called "Everybody Here Wants You."
Everybody here wants you.
And it's the dopest R&B song I've ever heard in my life. And this little mystery white boy recorded it. And it is, man, and it's on Spotify. It is on Spotify. And the night with your fingertips.
So, I promised the viewers we were going to talk addiction a little bit because you had chimed in about it.
Mm-hmm.
So, do you want to give your testimony first, or do you want us to jump in with kind of our regimen and agenda of things we're going to be trying to do coming up?
Well, let's start with what you guys are doing, and
Okay.
I'll speak a little bit on my history, my past, my current battle, because it's never over.
Right.
The thing is, it's not a title fight. It's not a. The thing with addiction is it's never over for an addict.
Right.
As somebody who has struggled with several different substances, and that's okay.
Right.
That it's never over. That doesn't mean you're losing.
Right.
You know what I mean? But it's, if I'm not conscious about my struggles with substances, then I'm not being honest with myself. And also, if I'm not honest about my issues with substances, I'm not being transparent or vulnerable, which is, as an artist, those two things are really important.
Right.
As a performance artist in particular.
Right.
Like if I'm not transparent and I'm not vulnerable, I'm not being honest, and why the hell would you pay a cover charge to come see me do what I do?
Right.
Because if I'm lying to you, the movie theater's over there. If you want imagination,
if you want
make believe and fiction, it's over there. But if you want to see me deal with my shit, and maybe then you can deal with your shit, and we can deal with our shit together.
Right.
And that is the beauty of Damien motherfucking Boggs.
Well, that's just art. I think that's art, though. Like,
No,
isn't that the
man,
point?
that
It's
damn-
communal.
What's the song that I've been humming? What's the name
Oh,
of it?
you like Pointless Love.
Pointless, bro, because the first line, bro, got me through shit. Hey, bro, I haven't been able to find the song. All I could remember for years, whenever that was, we did the breast cancer shoot, like maybe 2 years ago.
Yeah.
Like, I remember you playing that, though, letting me just sit there and, like, listening to the stuff you're working on.
Yeah.
And that beginning was so open, and he told me the story behind it, and it was some real shit. And there's been moments in my life to where, like, it'll be a fucked up ass morning.
Yeah.
And that'll and out of sadness, all I do is just start humming. Like, cause at that point, all I could think about is I only know one other person that's like been in a situation like this, and he wrote a song about it. So
Well, but the thing is, like, what I find gives me a lot of comfort in moments like that is knowing that I'm not. So many times in our lives we want to be unique, right? Mm-hmm. But I think when, as somebody who like severe depressive disorder, like major depressive disorder, ridiculous anxiety, suicidality, if we're being completely honest, like I have some issues that I work with, and I deal with them in an artistic way. It gives me somewhere to put my bullshit. I'm also very open about it because it makes me accountable.
yes,
So if you see me post something on social media, it's not a pity party. I put it there because I have to see that shit, and then I have to be accountable. I'm not asking somebody to be, oh my God, that's horrible. No, I know it's horrible. I get my mail there. I know that.
Right.
What I'm doing is allowing myself accountability because
that's the key to happiness.
because I put it there, and now it's in bold face, and I don't get to run from it because I put my name on it. You know? So if something matters, put your name on it,
Put
or don't say anything.
Yep.
Yeah.
Don't say anything, or if you do, put your name on it.
Right.
Stand on it.
Stand on like yeah, I'm hurting right now. Today is tough. I put a post out the other day, and a lot of people, and the support that I got from people not just saying, "Hey, we're with you," which is great. I love that. I love hearing "I'm with you," but I also love hearing is somebody saying, "Oh my God, me too," and then me messaging them saying, "Hey, you're not by yourself. You just said me too." So,
Because being alone is
like,
one of the
pull
scariest
yeah,
feelings in those
but
moments,
that's what
man.
anxiety and depression will do to you.
Yeah.
But we're not alone.
It was
Statistically, there are a motherload of us.
Yes.
Here's the thing. Own it. Like, it's not Fight Club. We can fucking talk about mental illness. We can talk about addiction. This is not Fight Club. We
Right.
can talk about it. And if we don't, we're doing a disservice, especially as males.
Right.
Like, Danny Coleman has the coolest thing going on right now, you guys. Do y'all know Danny Coleman?
Yeah.
Danny Redbeard? He's doing a thing for Movember. It's literally shave your beard, just grow your mustache, post about it. It's literally about mental health for males.
I think fermenting opinions is participating in that, actually.
Yes.
Yes, it's down in Asgard.
Yes, exactly.
Yes, I
so
have
Asgard's
heard.
on board. I know Shorn's on board. A lot of people are on board. But the thing is, like, shining lights on stuff that, like, and it's not saying that mental health and females is not important, but statistically showing, like, as males, we're not allowed to even talk about that a lot of times.
For real.
And that's in some ways going to be seen as a little bit unpopular because historically we have been such a powerful, almost oppressive presence to females. I think that's just fact.
Yeah.
But it doesn't mean that we're not suffering also. And I think that a lot of service members have been coming home and because they are predominantly male and showing us the damage done.
Yes.
But I don't think it's just them. You know, I mean, it's almost pandemic and where it is. So let's talk about it. Let's use a month and let's talk about that. And let's find. Can we save a life? Can we save one life?
Right.
Can we save one life?
You save one life.
We save one life.
It.
Who gives a shit?
It was all worth it.
Because how are you going to tell me what the monetary value of a life is? Because there isn't one. Because it's a life. It's a sentient being that has emotions and people that care about them and people they care about. No.
And a future. If you
absolutely.
So
that
let me jump
important.
in here real quick and give a rundown of what we're gonna do. So.
Honestly,
sorry, because we'll wax poetic all night.
I know. I see this. I'm like, I gotta cut through this shit like
a. See Brandon so long,
like a Ginside knife, man. So this is what we're gonna do. First, we're gonna get a drug counselor on here. Okay, that'll be our guest, and we want to. I'll end up putting the phone number up here and everything, so it'll be down in that corner. And everything. So I want to have a drug counselor come on here and give options and stuff to anyone suffering from the addicts. Okay. Then I want to get a family member of someone. This is not all in the same episode either. This will be in different episodes. I want to get a family member of someone who has lost someone to addiction to talk to people about grieving and stuff like that and how to go past. Then I'm going to talk with a person that is a functioning, not a functioning addict, but a functioning recovering addict who has really bounced their life.
Somebody in recovery. Yeah.
Yes, that can give people what to do after. Because plenty of people have gone to rehab and then they come out and they're like, they don't know what to do, and they end up going back to the same people. And
it's a puzzle, man. And it's not a puzzle they gave you the answers to,
right? And
not in a bad way. Everybody's.
I just want to give people options, and information.
But the thing is, no one person will have the answer,
right?
It's like as a multiple time struggler,
right?
For me, the key is honesty, accountability, and giving yourself the opportunity to fall down 7 but get up 8.
Right. Here's the thing that really, like heroin and meth both have gripped Colombia by the balls in a way that every Sunday morning I woke up for like 2 months. Somebody was there.
I think this is the first week.
This is the first week.
This is the first week for real.
Yeah, this is the first week in like 2 months.
Yeah.
That we haven't woke up to like a death.
Yeah.
Of a young adult. You know what I mean?
No, absolutely. And the thing, like, and a lot of that is product of the freaking opiate epidemic.
Yes. Which was started. Well, to me, was started.
Pharmacist. I want to talk to.
Yes, we do have a drug.
A pharmacist would be great, but let's find an orthopedist, man. Because let me tell you, as somebody who has had over a dozen freaking major operations, and when I started having them in the mid-90s, it was not. They give you painkillers like Skittles.
Yeah.
Like Skittles.
And it's just
it is so because here's the thing. Do they help with the pain after major surgery? Abso-freaking-lutely. How much do you need to? But part of recovery and rehab, in the same way as with addiction, is learning to manage your pain here as much as it is here.
Right.
I can take all the pills I want, but if I can't learn to, okay, I can't move that way right now because it hurts, then how am I going to get better?
Exactly.
Pain is part of the process.
Thank you.
So, like, that's a tricky thing, but they just keep doling them out. They give you, like, it's the regulations are much better now, but the problem is,
You already got all the addicts.
no. So you're addicted to it. You're addicted to it. What do you do? Because methadone doesn't work for opiates.
Right. And
Methadone does not work for opiates.
And that's why I felt like it was almost
You
like
have- your
a
options
setup.
Are limited. So
Yeah,
what you end
no.
up doing is you end up doing heroin.
Yeah, that's what we're
You end up
almost
doing
like.
heroin and then to methadone.
It felt like a setup because it was like we had a lot of people that were shucking out opiates left and right, and then they just did like all around crackdown, and then all of a sudden,
Then you created withdrawal, and then you created heroin addicts.
well, hold on, we had it where it just went shoop, like you said, sucked it all up, and we really didn't have heroin here in the area, but then all of a sudden we did. You know what I mean?
Well, that's the thing is you didn't have heroin that you knew of in the area, and I don't mean that to sound like there's any naivete on this
Right,
show.
right,
But what
right.
I'm telling you is like where you have opiates,
You have some
have heroin.
Yeah.
Whether it is true black tar heroin, whether it is like, and here's the and as long as I've lived here, there have been people who do and fully functioning, fully
Right.
functioning.
The only thing is, once it got
productive
pulled away-
members of society doing heroin. Heroin's not a drug that you and it's a tricky thing, but heroin is not, and it's not just that drug. It's not like weed, man.
No,
which
and that's
is not.
That's
it's not,
where, because I feel like what is not feel. I know that you're right that like what we call it dog food. Like it's been here for a while. But when you have the opioids and it gets sucked away, then you have withdrawals. Now that little bit that was underneath the surface that
It's
few
gonna
people
bubble
might
up.
do, it bubbles up, and then when that bubble up, we have this turn up culture.
Yeah.
So now I pop 3 pills, so you feel like, all right, when I'm doing this new stuff, I gotta go to the max with this too.
Right. A lot of people don't
And
realize
that will fucking kill you.
with heroin,
Well, and then with
you can't
fentanyl,
buy a
man.
surplus.
And
of
then
that.
the fentanyl, man, like people
Like-
are walking around with Narcan shots.
Yeah, because they have to.
They know they're gonna kill themselves.
Yeah.
And they'll shoot. And
Well, here's the
like,
problem.
that's-
There used to be, and this
so-
might be the most ridiculous statement you'll ever hear in your life, but there used to be an understanding between a user and a dealer.
Don't
There used to be an understanding.
don't
You sell me a certain thing, you don't sell me anything else.
right
There used to be an understanding between a user and a dealer.
now it's
It
just
said, you sell me what you told me you sold me and nothing else. And I don't know if it's coming from suppliers or what, but people are dying. A lady I work with, her husband is with Murray County Sheriff's Department. And the things that I'm hearing
are
about this fentanyl stuff is
people are
it's-
adding it themselves.
and not that this is a good statement, but let's be honest. You used to be able to trust your drug dealer, no matter your peccadillos or whatever
Whatever it was.
But there was a point in time when you could trust your drug dealer to give you what you which
what
is
you
not. I'm
got
not
there
saying
for.
that's a good thing.
No, but it
the
was
fact that
still-
people are giving you something that will kill you, whether you get it by hook, crook, or what.
And you don't even know, like you don't.
And
even
do they know? And who is killing the youth of America? When there's a chance, an opportunity, through counseling, through drug counselors, through community outreach, through music, I swear to God, the best high you can get, is on a stage, man.
yeah.
It's the best high you can ever have in your life. It's the most fun you can have without going to jail is playing live music. And maybe in that there is some therapeutic outreach. Maybe in that, maybe that's my calling. Maybe that's something I can do. I can't do a lot. I can't fix everybody's problems.
Can't.
But there's some things I can do. There's some things we can all do, and that's the thing.
If we all contribute
So
a little, it'll make a lot.
Instead of taking this light and shining it on everybody else and being like, "Oh, you got problems," how about we do this and
on
go,
the
"What? Hey, what can I do to help the
Exactly.
problem?"
because it's just a sharing of information.
And not
Like,
only that, I have a daughter. Other
Right.
people's daughters and sons are plagued with this pandemic of drug abuse
Yes,
and addiction.
yes, man. And
How do we not? How can I call myself a human being? How do I call myself a human being that wants to exist on the same plane with all these other people that I share so much with, and I'm not going to step in and help?
Right.
When I have the opportunity, I don't have a lot of time. I have some time.
especially when you like, because you brought up the opiates, when you know it's one of those things with the youth that is like pushed on there, because if you're young and they say you got ADHD, they put you on Ritalin by the time you get
Adderall.
Adderall. I was about to say
Adderall is-
Ritalin by the time you get to high school is now Adderall.
Well, Adderall and meth are so chemically similar.
It's the same thing.
Well, it's a molecule difference.
It's
not-
like- it's
but
a
it's-
Molecule different.
No, but I mean, but a molecule makes a huge difference.
Yeah.
I mean, think
But
about it.
once
The
you-
difference
once you
between
get out of
water
high
and
school
hydrogen
and now you
peroxide
out
is
and-
one molecule.
And you're out of
can't drink
their
hydrogen
hair
peroxide.
now,
Right.
and they're like, all right, well, yeah, we told you have whatever we told you got, and
Right.
yeah, we made you take these once or twice a day for however long, whatever it is. Then you hit out of high school, and all right, you don't have to worry about being focused throughout the day anymore. Go out, you don't worry, you're
Yeah,
not
but you still
prescribed
get
anymore.
90 Adderall a month, don't you?
You know what I mean? And now you're like, well, what the
What do I
fuck?
do with this? And you're like, oh, wait, that's $4 a pill, so I can make me some cash. The problem is, we have developed not only an addict society, but a supplier society.
Right.
Yep,
And
that's
that-
not talked about enough.
And no, it's not. It's not. Because we have developed between Vyvanse and Adderall and any of the benzodiazepines, any of that sort of stuff. We have
Then they
developed
kill.
not only a freaking addict society, but a supplier society. It's never been easier to score stuff you shouldn't want to score in your life than it is now.
Oh, it's easier to score the shit than it is to go into a gas station underage and buy cigarettes and beer.
Hell yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah.
hell yeah.
No, absolutely 100%. But the problem,
Wow, that's sad.
but we don't accept that as a society. We're more apt to throw stones at the people who will sit and drink and drown their sorrows than we are at the fact that our system is so screwed up right now that little Johnny Needledick can go over here and buy 9 Xanax from Emily.
Yep,
And can buy 12 Adderall from Johnny,
yep.
Right.
and then can go and buy benzodiazepines from Jeremy,
And go back home with all of them.
and go back home for $40 and be
Fuck.
fornicated in the Old Testament fashion.
Yep.
Suboxone. That's Suboxone or whatever. That thing. They give that to addicts, and it just makes them worse addicts. You know what I mean? They abuse
Well,
Suboxone.
and the thing is, in every addiction and every addict is its like own thing, and that's the problem too. Is like, and we do not allocate funds in a way federally or statewide, or we're all failing, and we refuse to notice that and say that holy shit, we're failing.
Accountability, like you.
We're not
about.
taking accountability for the fact that societally we are failing people.
Right.
So hard, we're failing. There are people that are literally salvageable human beings that
Right.
we are
Yes.
leaving in the dregs. We're leaving them, and for every mile of road, there's 2 miles of ditches, and we are leaving them in those ditches, and we're
Yes.
not doing anything about it. I don't know how to fix it, but I know how to yell and bitch and moan about the
Right.
problem.
But at
And
least
maybe that
that's-
can get some grease, because we got to fix the
Right.
problem.
Yes.
Because it's my daughter's generation that is growing up saying 1 out of every 3 kids is going to be a freaking addict. That's not okay.
That's not
No,
okay
it's
at all.
not.
You know what I mean?
And
That's
then you have
not
all the
okay.
other elements that go into it. Is like 1 out of every 3 kids gonna be an addict, and that's before they even hit 25. It's like, so what's the lifespan look like then? Even if you're an addict or if you're not, you're saying that you're in a society like this. So what is the overall lifespan look
Well,
like?
it
You know
can't
what I
be.
mean?
It
Like,
can't
that's
be as great.
crazy.
And the thing is, like lifespan
crazy.
is part of it. But what about quality of life?
Even more so.
What about quality of life? Because
Even more
lifespan
so.
is important, but a long life that's got shitty quality is a shitty life.
You're right.
Like,
And
we have to offer opportunity, and then here's where the major rub is. But the difference between multiple parties and different, trains of thought. So is this a federal issue? Is this a government issue? Is this a state issue? Is it a municipality? Like, what is it? No, I think it's got to be like, because honestly, if we're gonna sit here and wait on our government to do something when the wheels turn that slow,
Bruh.
then we're gonna literally pile bodies in a corner.
Yes.
That is morbid, and I realize that. But here's the thing:
it's the truth.
You know people, I know people. We have 30 minutes a day.
Right.
We have 30 minutes a day.
Definitely.
Can we not be loud for 30 minutes a day about this?
Right.
Can we not find 6 other people like us to be loud for 30 minutes? The difference between 3 people and 9 people is this a trio. That's a damn choir.
Right.
How do we get loud about it? Who do we talk like? Because we need vision, leadership, and somebody to point us in the right direction. Because there's a thing. Yeah, we'll do whatever we need to do. We don't know how to go about it. So how do we start to raise awareness? How do we find a person, a figurehead, somebody to get behind so that we can affect the change that needs to be affected locally, but also that's a national issue. It's a national issue that is a little bit unique to the United States.
Right.
This is not a European issue. This is not an Asian issue. We created this issue because we overprescribe.
Like a motherfucker. Dude.
Kickbacks. It was for profit. It wasn't.
Yeah, no, I get it.
Yeah.
Big Pharma is the devil, but Big Pharma is the devil we know.
Yes.
How do we defeat the devil we know?
Right. And it's
How do you defeat the devil that you know?
it's one of those things, and that's the reason I'm gonna bring it on here is because I've got this small platform. It's not a large.
Gotta
platform.
start a dialogue, bro.
Yeah,
You gotta start.
and this has got to. It's got. I'm gonna use my platform just like we did for the United Auto Workers. We're gonna do it for this addiction in our community. You know, and just giving options. Even if we don't reach the addict, we'll reach someone who knows an addict.
If you haven't been affected by addiction, I don't know that you're paying attention.
Yeah, what rock are you living under?
Yeah, because I don't know that there isn't anybody I know that hasn't been affected by addiction.
Right.
It's the same way as like my platform, like my big thing, the thing that is tugs on my heart and like wrecks me every day is mental illness.
Right.
Because not only is someone who is afflicted with it, they give me a microphone 4 nights a week.
Right.
What kind of jackass am I if I do not take that opportunity to talk about it?
Right.
And granted, like growing up, I did idolize some people that were a little bit politically radical. The Ninas and the Bob Dylans and the Joni Mitchells.
Right.
You know what I mean? And I loved that. And the George Clintons. You know, I love these people who were not afraid to be the middle finger.
Right.
I don't want to be the middle finger. I want to be a voice of reason.
Right.
And I also
You be
want
the index finger.
That's kind of what we were talking about.
No, because you know what?
I mean?
The middle finger, you're alienating a portion of your audience.
Yes.
But I need to do that, and just
You're
like
trying
the
to
way
get me
you're
to
feeling the
understand.
need to do that, like how do we, like what is it we do? Like I think that's my thing is like I don't know the next step because I'm just a damn cook and a musician. I'm just the thing I am, but that doesn't make me less burdened or less moved just because I am what I am and I'm not a counselor and I don't have maybe the ears I need to have to make these moves these wheels move.
Right, right.
You know, it needs to happen.
Right.
I don't know how to make it happen, but I know me being louder about it might help.
I
Like,
mean,
what do we do? Because that's the conversation, right?
What we can do, we're all here on the platform right now. What we can do is we can plan next year. I hate to say next year, but you know it's cold right now. Unless we find a good indoor place, we can do a rally. We can do, you know what I mean? You're a musician. We promote, we market, we do this. We can plan something just targeted for that. You know, that's how you do it.
It's got to be, and whatever we do, it's got to be a safe place, and there has to be no condemnation, no judgment, and there's got to be, it's got to be hands behind your back or your arms wide open.
Right.
These people that are, as someone who has struggled previously, like you cannot, if any time you feel attacked or put into a space where you're uncomfortable,
Right.
like how do you even go there? You can't.
Right.
You know, like it has to be, everything has to be built out of love.
Right.
Again, and I think that love wins. I think love wins every single freaking time.
It will.
It is.
So I
it
think
will.
that has to
Love
be
is the light.
Well, I mean, but that's the thing. It's all got to be done out of love.
Yeah.
It's all got to be, and like we got to figure that out.
I had an idea, but it was just an idea, and it was one of those things. My friend just passed away from heroin. So it's just I'm trying to figure out things to do or whatever since the funeral, and all I got is a camera. You know what I mean? So I started to do photos of black men smiling. Because black guys always just gotta look
mean
so
mug,
great.
yeah.
The mean mug. So I was like, well, I'm gonna start just taking pictures of black men smiling.
Right
but
on.
the idea that I had for this, because I have other friends that are addicts that I'm worried about. And the best idea I had was to just set them on a stool and do these things called confessionals, where I just set up like a camera or whatever, but it's just me and them talking, and they just tell me about what got them there. What's the main thing I want to ask is when you look at your life, what would you change about it? Like not that you would stop it, because some people don't want to stop. Some people don't even have the mindset.
Stop ain't even an option.
Exactly. And
Yeah.
but what would you change?
Yeah.
It ain't even got to be that. If it's I would change the relationship between me and my dad or whatever, you know what I mean? Like what other things, because you're only doing this because there's
Preach.
something else that is really tearing you up. So if you could change the main thing, you might not stop the drug, but you might calm down on it, or you might be able to stop it eventually. You might be able to wean yourself off once it's that other thing.
Or find another place. What was your passion previous?
Exactly. And it's just this confessional thing where they just
Open
talk.
up.
Yeah, they just open up, and I don't
And
know
the
what to
thing
do
is,
with it. I don't know if to upload
Well, here's the
them
thing.
or-
Sometimes, like, if you can
What?
put that on a tripod or something, you'd be surprised what silence can bring out of somebody.
Right.
Yeah.
Silence is like there was this poet, man. I'll never forget this. I was like 19 years old. I was in Baton Rouge, and there was this beat poet named Zero in Baton Rouge, and he was this mulatto cat from and I'm not using that in a bad way. Where I'm from, there's a lot of everybody has kids with everybody else, so like we all look a little different. Okay, some people, there's whole towns that are like so high yellow they like glow in the dark.
Right.
You know what I mean? And that's just a thing. You
That's
know, there's a lot
Louisiana.
of that's Louisiana. A lot of like I didn't know Redbone was like a bad phrase to say.
It is?
No, it
not.
could be
Depends.
no, it can be
Depends.
really offensive. I didn't realize
For real?
that.
I've never met a red bone that didn't like being called a red bone. I've come
real
across many red bones, and they all knew they were before I got there.
Look, Jay Powell chimed in. He said, you all should contact the Murray County Prevention Coalition. They're doing a lot with battling local addiction.
I love some
Even
Jay
started
Powell,
a
though.
church for addicts last year. Said they're good people.
That's dope.
Yeah,
Thank
so-
you, Jay. Jay is like literally so solid
Oh, I
and
know
always
Jay.
shows up.
Oh, Jay, good guy.
No, stellar guy.
I
Stellar
don't know
guy.
you, Jay, but I fuck
Good
with you,
writer
bro.
too. Good writer, man.
Yeah,
Jay's-
is he still riding with the
With the Herald? Yeah, man, as
so
far
when
as
I
I'm
worked
aware.
at the Herald,
You want to do editorial on us, Jay?
thing about Jay though, Jay is literally like if Columbia had a Hunter Thompson, a Hunter S. Thompson,
Ooh.
it would be Jay Powell.
Jay, you need to do editorial on us, bro.
No, you need like
You're
what-
perfect.
What you need to do if you want to meet Jay, you go and you see a show, go see music with Jay,
Okay.
and then afterwards go and have a couple of pints with Jay.
Does he have good music taste?
Jay has great music.
Yeah.
Jay is all over the map.
All right.
Jay loves everything from heavy metal to like holy amazing funk.
All right.
And Jay's
Nice.
a damn good guitar player. You're an underrated guitar player, you bastard. But no, he's a great guitar player too. And like, but go and talk with him. And Jay is one of those dudes. You're like, dude, how old are you? How do you know this much shit? You know. So he's a great hang. And he's also like, and he's got this kind of sardonic little sense of humor where you're like, I'm not sure if you're an asshole or if you're just really cool.
Yeah.
So it takes you about 3 hangs with him when you're like, this dude's hilarious.
He's hilarious.
You know,
as
because
shit,
at first you're just like, are you the same kind of asshole I am? Because I think it might, you know what I mean? But like you hang out and then you're like, oh, I freaking love this guy. You know, Jay has been a significant boon to me as an artist, and I really appreciate the dude.
yeah, we worked at the Herald together, and they had just hired Jay, so it was really interesting. Like I hadn't been there too long, but I had been there a little bit longer than he had, and it was just watching him ride, and we went through a couple different stories at the time that were kind of interesting. When the Cantrell shooting was one of them, Yeah, so
heavy.
yeah, it was a lot that went on there for a little bit, and it was interesting. He's a nice guy. He's a nice guy.
He's a solid dude.
Yeah.
Solid dude.
If I write an editorial about the drug epidemic, can you get it published? Come on, Jay.
Make it happen.
Out of the three, the one that doesn't know you're asking for favors. Hey,
Hey,
Here's
you,
the
hey,
thing,
bruh.
man. Go,
Bruh.
man, I would definitely encourage you to sit down and have a pint with him.
I'm with that.
He's a super heavy local guy, like as in supports his local businesses, shows up at all the places
In
where
the community.
he's a huge community guy. If you are ever anywhere that is a local place, no matter race, color, or creed, Jay's
down.
down.
Yeah.
Oh man, I need to take him to Omega's Market then.
He may have already been there. I don't
Probably.
know. When I was at the Herald,
I need to. Yeah.
like
No, Jay's down, dude. He's down. He like it's surprisingly. And I don't mean that in a bad way, but,
But
like,
still, it's like
I'm
still
usually the
surprising.
only white boy that's down.
Right.
You know what I mean? So I always feel like, well, I look like a grain of rice and a pot of black beans. But
Yeah.
let's do
Then you
this.
look over like,
I'm like, hell, Jay's here.
there you go.
Right here, Jay will show up in a damn David Bowie shirt or an Anthrax shirt,
Right.
and his jeans and boots, and just be absolutely Jay. And
Yeah, it works.
I like people who are secure in what they are. He knows what he is, and he's a cool dude, man.
Jay said he does have a column, or he said he can rock the mic with us anytime.
Hey, both
I
of
would
them.
bring Jay in. I would
Yeah,
definitely
Jay
bring Jay in.
definitely should
Jay would
come
be,
on the show and let me write in a column.
Jay's
I'm a
column,
journalist.
like you should. Hey, go back, flip through the Daily Herald archives, read some of his stuff, man, because he's huge music supporter as he is a musician. But he's done a lot to shine light on like local musicians. He's also huge in the local art scene.
Yeah.
He's
He has to come to Shut Up and Ink.
Hi,
Then, right?
Andrew.
he
Yeah.
probably would. He's got great tattoos. He's got the coolest fucking Edgar Allan Poe tattoo I've ever seen in my
Has
life.
Edgar Allan Poe tatted on him?
Yes. he
Fucking
does.
Jay, you fucker,
Yeah,
we're
dude.
friends.
No, he's got it, dude. He's got a huge Poe tattoo on his arm, and it's
My
pretty
favorite
freak-
poet of all time.
Dude, Poe is underrated. And
Poe.
can we say that Poe is underrated as a satirist? Because
Yes,
he's funny as
It's
hell.
funny as shit. That's
Yeah,
why.
man.
That's where I figured out what dark humor was. Because I was the only one in class
Yeah.
giggling. I was like,
You're like,
I
this
don't
dude's
think this is funny.
hilarious,
Like,
right? He's hilarious.
he really makes you question if you might be fucked up in the head. Because
I never questioned it. I knew I was.
like when I went to see the Joker,
Right.
and you know I told you I was laughing, but nobody else was, and I was like, all right, I'm good.
Well, that's because you're the Joker.
I'm giggling, and it had me thinking that everybody else has been here before. Like y'all done already, this is your second viewing of the movie or some shit. So I'm giggling my ass off. Nobody else is, and the entire fucking theater is just me. And it made me feel like with Edgar Allan Poe, like we'll all be reading it, and it might be somebody's turn to read the little
you're
stanza,
snickering and
I'm the
laughing.
only one that's like, no one got that. Like nobody.
Right.
The Telltale Heart is hilarious to me.
Dude, the Telltale Heart's like literally the father of the American Detective Story.
Yes.
Well, no, actually, take it back. Cask of Amontillado.
Yeah.
The Cask of Amontillado. Telltale Heart is pure thriller, but Cask of Amontillado is considered to be the father of the Great American Detective Story. Yeah, nerd alert.
Poe.
No, but it's back on the addiction thing though. Like something has to be done. I don't know the answers. I don't have the
But
answers.
that's the thing,
Awareness.
though, right there.
Awareness.
But here's
But
the
wait,
thing.
I think we
got a
just
trumpet, can't
tackle
we?
some of it because Poe, somebody
Opiate.
who had
Opium.
and clear mental issues, but he found somewhat of an escape through writing. So if you were to even get a writing collective together to where it was just like a workshop of people to just come down,
Writing or
write,
painting or anything. And the thing is,
Wait, we have a whole arts building, y'all. Maybe we need to
Columbia
talk
Arts-
to them.
Well, I'm gonna tell you, I will say this, and I mean this so sincerely. There is not a better place. There's not a better place for arts engagement of the arts and people that will stand up and support the community artistically than the Columbia Arts Building. I mean that, like everyone there, Holly, like everybody at the cafe with Frank is amazing at the cafe. They have a thrift store there with Glover's Place is amazing, but also Bloomstall, like everywhere in there. Salvage Darling, it's a bunch of small stuff. They have a brewery there as well,
Yep.
and they do jujitsu and yoga and
Upstairs
kickboxing,
and
like
dancing
and everything. But the thing is, like, the whole purpose of the place is a unification of arts. And I believe, just from the people that I know, that they sincerely, deeply, on a very, like, almost molecular level, believe that art is a healing thing.
Yes.
So I believe that if, with the right approach and talking to the people there, I think it's something we could work out. I think it's something that could happen there. Even if we did, like, paint therapy is amazing. I think we, like, let's go
try
through
it.
all the variables. Let's filter until we find the right thing. But I mean, I
don't think there will be one thing because everyone's
gonna be
so
many
different.
things.
Yeah,
But
as
let's
long as the
try-
outlet is there.
well, let's shoot.
Yeah,
What do they say? Shoot for the moon. At least if you miss, you end up amongst the stars.
Exactly. And,
You know, let's.
and with something like this, like, just shoot, just keep on shooting, just
Yeah.
keep on trying. Like you said, one life in a month is worth it. So if you do a writer's thing, and you do a painter's thing, and you do a musician's thing, and out of those three, one person, like, you know what? I found an outlet. I found a way to get whatever was inside of me, bugging me and pulling me down and anchoring me.
Well, just something to
Yeah.
connect to. The thing is, if there's
Yes.
something you can latch onto, because that's the thing, is initially with addiction, you latch onto it, and then later you realize it's latched onto you.
yeah.
It starts off as this
You have
kind of
control.
symbiotic thing, and it ends up being so parasitic.
Right.
You know, initially you grab onto it, and it's this codependency, and then pretty soon it's the parasite, and it's leeching, and it's illness. It is not.
Yes.
This is not a character flaw. This is not
No.
a defect.
No.
It's disease in its purest form.
Do you feel like it's a genetic trait?
I think it can be. I think that science has proven it to be genetically more prevalent in some people, especially with alcoholism.
Right. Well, let me tell a story. Give me just a minute here to tell the story.
Man. I'm gonna get some of that lemonade you guys.
Okay, that's cool. So,
okay?
yeah, you're good. You're good. There's some fruit punch in there too, brother. Yeah, I got fruit punch too. I don't have no grape. We drank it all. It's gone.
Oh, thank you, man.
So, the story I have is of, I know two brothers. Okay, and this goes into genetic addiction. I believe in it because I know two brothers. One of them is your typical addict. Okay, uses everything like that, but drug addict, I would say. But the other brother, he never got into drugs through viewing what it did to this brother. But I would watch this guy. He would, let's say he ate a lasagna, okay? And he loved it, like a Stouffer's.
Right.
He would go a week eating Stouffer's lasagna only. Or if he enjoyed an activity, he would go like day after day after day.
Just doing that.
Yes, that same activity he enjoyed. You know, he was addicted to, he wouldn't eat unless he was eating with someone else. And he would go and do that. So in my mind, I'm looking like, okay,
He just found another outlet for his
addiction.
addictive
It was. I
personality.
feel like that addictive trait was a real thing, a genetically real thing, because he had never tried drugs.
Right.
He knew not to try drugs from his brother.
Right.
But he also still displayed addictive traits.
Yes.
So that's what made me believe.
I completely agree with you because
What's up, man?
Fruit punch or lemonade?
Oh,
Either-
lemonade.
Fruit punch and lemonade.
Lemonade is always.
Yeah.
I'm evidence of it.
Right.
Because my dad was a heroin addict and is a heroin addict. I don't know, but yeah, whatever. So I've had issues with addiction myself when it came to pills and lean.
Yeah.
Yeah, and so lean was real bad, but lean is very expensive, like, to keep up, and so I was just like, pills were really, really bad. But instead, when you have to catch those addictive like characteristics you have, like I would, instead of like trying to, if somebody tries to quit smoking, they start eating a lot. I would try to stop doing pills and I would get on the video game a whole lot. So then I don't have a video game console now. I just have the Call of Duty mobile.
Right.
Like, it's just something, you know what I mean?
Occupy your time.
Exactly, but I don't have a video game console because it's just I have the addictive personality that will just jump on it. I'll stay on it and I'll be on it for 4 days.
Right.
I don't watch sports anymore.
Right.
Because I'll get obsessed with sports, like with a certain team or like a certain player.
Right.
And I'll spend fucking 4 days. Like I've literally studied Allen Iverson for like everything from like autobiography book to the documentary to looking at old plays. To, like, and you get into it. So now I don't watch sports anymore. Like I try to like, as soon as I find something I just, I need it. I try, thank you very much, get it away because I know that that's only a part of like the trait.
Right.
That just, I'm finding something to take up all my time.
Right.
So I just started doing hobbies. I'm gonna learn how to make clothes. I write poetry. I'm gonna make music. I'm gonna do photography. I'm gonna go boxing. I'm gonna do something that is a productive way for me to utilize the addictive personality traits I already have.
Right.
And because anything else that'll just take away from my time, like it'll truly take my time. I have to stop
and
watching.
time is something you cannot buy, rent,
No, for real.
nothing. It is the most valuable resource.
Yeah,
on
what
the planet.
we say earlier.
Man. And
Yeah.
that's what got
Absolutely.
me to figure it out, like about the time. I almost overdosed it, and I was just like, I almost missed out on a lot. Like just from time of what's to come in the future, it was like I almost missed out on a lot. I just had a kid, you know what I mean, like my first son, and I was just like, wow, I need to figure this out, you know what I mean. So I just started figuring everything that passionately, creatively gave me my food, you know what I mean, that filled me up.
It feeds you.
It just became my hobbies now.
Right.
Like, so I might go to work and like, what you do when you get off? I have to name 4 or 5 things. That's why when you came in, I was like, busy's a blessing. Because I know me, if I sit around and my mind will get the, idle minds devil playground.
Right.
My mind will get in a dark space fast. And then all of a sudden I want something to make me feel happy. And I ain't got nothing to do with, so you got to find something, you know what I mean? So I got to keep hobbies.
It's a double-edged sword because
like a motherfucker.
I think at some point, it is healthy in a way to sit in it, but you have to have the strength
to sit there. Yeah.
Like sometimes, like I know with a lot of emotions and a lot of feelings with guilt and shame, I've found that for me, it's for a short period of time or a short window, it's really healthy for me to sit in that and like sit in it and really like own it and like really be present to those feelings, whether they're negative, positive, or indifferent. But not give myself too large a window, because I can find a way to put a lot of blame that might not. I end up carrying water that's not mine to carry. But I do think it's important to, like, part of self-awareness and self-accountability is owning your bullshit too.
Right.
And so sometimes being busy is a way to ignore it, and like you're keeping your hands busy. Yeah. And so that your mind doesn't have to think about some of the things you may or may not need to think about.
That's definitely my out.
No, but I mean, it's not. There's not a right or a wrong. There's just life. And the thing is, the most important part, if you're somebody who is, well, hell, alive, whether you're struggling with things or not, I think the most important thing is, what do I need to do to see tomorrow?
Yes.
And how do I put myself in a position that tomorrow can be better than today? Like for me, that's my existence. Is I need to see tomorrow. With the stuff that I deal with, let me get to tomorrow, and what's the important part about tomorrow? So first off, that I prioritize seeing tomorrow, and then but that's what works for me. That might not work for everybody.
Right.
For me, it's like I need to see tomorrow, and that's like my huge, bold, underlined twice in italics, all of that, and then under that there. Kind of like subtitular things that I'm also like, okay, what am I doing? Like, how do I get to see tomorrow? And then what am I going to do to make sure that I'm that kind of father I need to be for my kid?
Right.
Then what do I need to do to be this or this? You know, and then but I'm prioritizing it. But I can't fill up. And the thing is, like, I think the three of us are very akin or very, very common in the way that we really actually get a lot out of being that person for other people, showing up, helping, moving things, putting things in alignment so that other people are able to be the best version of themselves.
Right.
Where people like us often come up awake at 3 o'clock in the morning and lamenting their very existence is because we're trying to fill other people's buckets and ours is empty.
Right.
So I know for me in particular, I'm not sure about y'all, I'm really bad about confusing self-care with selfishness.
Right.
You know,
and it's easy to
well,
blur
that's
that line.
But it is addict mentality in a lot of ways too, and it is depressive mentality. It is anxious mentality. It is a mental illness mentality, and it's also indicative of our society too, though, that we definitely think that self-care is selfish.
Yes.
And it's there's a lot of religiosity there too, though. If you grew up in the church, like, that's vain. That's not okay.
Right.
You know, and if you grew up in the church the way that I grew up, like, whoa, that's not okay.
It's not all right. You're here for the service of others.
Yeah, but I can't
you
fill
gotta-
your bucket if mine's empty.
Exactly, and they don't. It's
But Matthew 7:12, you know, golden rule:
treat others.
do unto others as you would have them do unto you.
If only it was
The others would do,
reciprocated.
without reciprocation. That
Drain.
equation does not balance.
No.
Right.
And we're chemical beings.
You end up self-destructing.
We're chemical beings. We're literally a really awesome computer in a meat casing. We're just a meat skeleton. We're literally just a meat casing.
We're a
with
biological computer.
Yeah, we're just a really, really awesome piece of meat that's driven by a pretty awesome computer. You know?
Yeah.
But if we don't, like, software updates are important, man.
Right.
Yeah. So, I mean,
Software
like, you
updates.
can't
That's true.
click on
Firmware
close,
updates.
you know, close, tell me again at 5 p.m. tomorrow. You can't keep doing that. Sometimes you need to shut it down and reset the whole damn Android, man.
Yeah.
And get it back on track.
Yeah, iOS update, baby.
Yeah.
That's true.
You know?
Hey, yo, that's a gem right there. I hope y'all picked that one up, polish it off, put it in your pocket. That was sometimes you just need to update your software, sit down for a little bit.
Right.
Can't
Well, and here's the thing. You're not a bad person for taking care of yourself.
No.
and that's what people really.
Well, the problem is that's where I struggle.
Yo.
Because, oh my God, if I can't help them right now. And also, no is an acceptable answer.
Yes. I mean, yes, but no, but
Yeah, no.
yes.
No is an acceptable answer.
Yeah.
If someone asks you to do something that you don't want to do, feel uncomfortable doing, or have no interest in doing it, it doesn't serve anything but them, no is an acceptable answer. Like these are the things that like I'm trying to deal with and struggling with right now.
And
I'm
remind
not
yourself.
saying that like, oh, I've got this figured out. This is the trick. No, this is my bullshit that I'm dealing with right now. Going, oh, it's okay to tell somebody no. You can't call me 45 minutes before a gig and want me to drive to Franklin and play a gig.
Right.
No is an acceptable answer.
That's true.
Especially for subpar money. Do I love playing music? Yes, more than anything.
But you gotta.
But can I do that and present what I do in a way
That is the way
that
it is meant
the-
to be
that-
presented.
how am I going to not leave there feeling like bullshit?
Right.
Exactly. When you show up and you know you're forcing it.
Not only that, I don't have time. I need to be in the venue for a certain amount of time. I got to get all my angst. No.
Yeah.
Doesn't work.
So, the battles that you've had, I'm sure that you put it into your music and your writing. I'm sure that's
Yeah, I'm pretty transparent with that stuff.
right.
And I think both deliberately and I think unconsciously.
Right. So, guys, if you haven't listened to Damien Boggs, and you want to relate, to someone who's been through some things.
Oh my God, it's so good.
You definitely
We talk
need
about you
to
all the
check
time
it
on the
out.
show.
You've got some stuff on Spotify.
They know how I feel.
I don't really love what's on Spotify right now.
Don't change it.
Well, I'm working on that. There's some older records.
Yeah.
We're going to be re-releasing an EP that I did recently called the Pointless Love EP. We'll be re-releasing that and putting that out on digital platforms here
Right.
probably next month and a half.
Okay.
Please
All
keep
right.
us updated. We'll
Yeah,
put the
absolutely.
link up on the wall
I
and
mean, I
everything.
do a lot of shows, not as much here locally as I had been doing.
Well, I mean, you got to expand.
But I will be. Well, I mean, but own your backyard. You
Yeah.
know, own your backyard first. Like you gonna be a.
Do you feel like you don't own your backyard? Because I feel like you do.
No, I don't know that there are places that are. There are places I can play now, but the type of show I do is I'm thinking outside of the box for some stuff here in Columbia.
Let me know, because we're some outside the thinking some bitches. We'll go.
Yeah, no.
Yeah.
I just because
I don't even know what a
we
box
have
is.
lost
Right.
we've lost a couple of venues,
Shit.
and the newer venues are gonna there's always that feeling out process. So I'm doing a lot
Yeah.
more Franklin and Nashville shows, which
That's
are
okay.
great. Hit the road a little bit, but I love Columbia and I want to play Columbia as much as possible.
Right.
And Columbia's always been like crazy good at supporting me, so I'm super thankful. I just think it's it's tricky. You know, you want to own your backyard, but like you gotta be careful, like that you don't build a fence around that backyard.
Don't box yourself in.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you want to own your backyard, but like you need a gate. You know, you still have to leave,
Right.
like, because you always want to be able to come back home.
Right. Exactly.
Like they always say, you can't go back home.
Yeah.
I don't believe that. I think it's bullshit. I think you can go back home if you leave on good terms.
You
Right.
leave on good times. Exactly.
Well, I mean, but we all understand and
I'm not
support.
going anywhere.
Right.
I'm still going to be Columbia, proud as hell.
Right.
You know, which is so weird because when I moved here, I was in Nashville, but Columbia was a really important part about. It was really important in building me, kind of as a writer, and
That's
taking
why I
me.
stay. That's
you
why
know?
I stay here. Like, I want to stay. I want to build this community. I want to help be a part of that.
Hell, I wanted to build me.
Yeah.
Like that's the thing.
Y'all got a finite amount of time with my black ass. I'm moving to Africa.
There it is. There it is.
I got a finite amount of time.
Well, I'm gonna send you a Richard Pryor and an Eddie Murphy sketch about Africa.
Yeah.
Start all that hot ass Africa talk.
Lord of War or whatever, that movie. And
That's what he keeps trying to remind me of Nicolas Cage. Like,
that Lord, you remember
heard of
that? Or Jamie Foxx has good skits about Africa too. A Foxhole.
Man, look, here's the thing. Yeah, absolutely. Cradle of life.
Yep.
Maybe visit, bro, but you you better keep your P.O. box. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm just saying, like, here's, you know what I love about Columbia, man? I work with the public, and I cook, and I make coffee, and I make drinks, and I do like the fact that I can offer people a really cool thing. Like, outside of my music life, just in my I cook, I make drinks life.
Right.
I love that I can see somebody at 6:07 in the morning, and they ain't ready to talk to people because it's 6:07 in the morning.
Yeah.
I can see them, and they don't have to use their words yet. And I can look at them and say, just nod at them. I know what kind of latte they want,
Right.
and I can take care of them.
Right.
Like, that's the beauty of a small town. Like, the beauty of a small town is regulars.
Right.
And it's really being able to treat people the way that every human being wants to be treated when they go to a business.
Right.
Like when you go somewhere and you get treated like you've been coming there for 20 years.
It makes you feel special.
Well,
Makes you feel.
and shouldn't you feel
Everybody wants to
special?
go to a place where everybody knows their name. And
Everybody
they're always
wants
glad you
cheers,
came.
right?
Exactly.
Like,
We all
but I
want
mean
them
that, but
cheers,
that's not an anachronism, man. That's not like a overstatement. Like, who doesn't want to feel great? You go in somewhere and somebody remembers your order. They remember your name. They call you by your name.
You feel cared about.
They make your
very
drink
easy to feel
exactly
like
the
you
way
want
that you want it. They make your food exactly how you want it. And I know they don't like tomatoes. I'm not going to put tomatoes on there.
Right.
And you take care of them. You bring their food out to them, plated in a way that's beautiful
Right.
and exactly
It's
what they
an art.
want. See,
an art.
boom, you drop that off and you just look at them and you smile. And you know that you've done an amazing job. And their next 45 minutes is going to be so much better because you cared enough to do a great job.
Right.
Yeah.
what kind of vocation would you not want to do that in?
Right.
And I think the same approach applies to playing music, to taking pictures, all of that. When somebody sees a preview of the picture, whether it's matching sweaters, Honky McGee, freaking family photos, or whatever,
Right.
That light that hits them.
yeah, and but here's the thing: when she is super happy about that, you played the gig you were paid to play.
Right.
Yeah.
You did your
job.
10 out of 10. You got you hit that flag and you got 3 stars. You pulled the lever like Super Mario 3. You got the raccoon tail, the whole shit. Yeah, man. Like you just, you did the work.
Right.
And the thing is, it's not easy to do stuff you don't want to do.
Right.
No, it is not.
I don't like making substitutions on a menu that I helped with
Right.
because I created that dish a certain way because it tastes a certain way, and why you want what?
Wrong with you? What do you
But
want?
here's the thing. At the end of the day, my job is to make sure that person leaves super happy.
Right.
Okay, we can do that.
I like that.
I just want to take that to every interaction I have.
And if people
Like if
really
they leave
did,
better
then
than they were,
when they got to me.
yeah, man.
Shout out to Miss Moore at Central High School. She taught me that.
Yeah, man. Leave no footprints, right? Leave no footprints. That's a Boy Scout thing, right?
That's some real shit. I didn't know that was some Boy Scout stuff. That's another teacher, Mr. Walker, used to say that to me.
Leave no
But Mr.
footprints.
Walker was definitely probably a Boy Scout.
Yeah. Leave no footprints. I mean, that's the thing. Like, if you can leave where you're at in whatever iteration, if you can leave where you're at better than it was when you got there, that's real work.
That's a
But
in a big term, that's a life lived.
But properly.
Yes.
But think about the artists you love. Think about, like, if you think about one artist you love.
All right, I got him.
Think about one artist you love.
Johnny.
After hearing them, is your life better than it was before?
Yes, Johnny Cash enhanced my life.
Yeah, it's better
Yes.
than previously.
Yes.
Lauryn Hill. Better.
Yes.
Because can we please?
Oh.
Can we talk about that unplugged?
Yeah.
Can we that's some grown folks gospel stuff. You better get your life right because she went so spiritual on that. When she hit oh Jerusalem, woo. I said, Lord, I had to pull over. I said, oh, who knew you could have church in a Toyota Yaris, right? You know what I mean? I knew you could have church in an Accord, and they said there's more than one.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, Jesus talking about Hondas. He was prophetic. You know what I mean? No, but it's like, look, live.
I like that you mentioned church though.
No, church is huge for me.
Are you gonna listen to the new Kanye West the gospel album?
I'm going to listen to it because it's something I need to listen to.
Right.
I'm on the fence on it. I know that he's been having the big church that he has. If you listen to the Joe Rogan podcast, they talk about how loud that is out there.
Yeah.
Right.
And here's my thing. It's not my place to judge Kanye West for doing whatever he wants to do. And if
Right.
we're going to be fully honest, listen to the College Dropout record. That dude put gospel on regular radio with Jesus Walks way before anybody else did. That was a gospel song. It just had swear words in it.
That's
Right.
it.
You gonna tell me Jesus Walks wasn't a gospel song? You gonna tell me that wasn't a gospel song?
Most
You gonna
people
tell me
don't
Ray
remember
Charles
this.
didn't play gospel too? Next,
Right.
that's what you gonna tell me next? All right, yeah, okay.
Most people don't remember this, but when the College Dropout first came out, Jesus Walks had to get taken down from the gospel categories for awards.
Right. It
Because of
did.
the
I
swear
do
words.
remember that. I
Even
do
because
remember
they had
that.
it on that with the clean mix. No, it was up for Dove Awards.
Yeah.
And it was up for BET Gospel Awards
Yep,
too.
Hey, shout out to Rebecca. She just joined watching. This is the lady that we're gonna have on that's gonna do the counseling.
Hey,
Oh, fantastic.
Rebecca,
Yeah.
how you doing? Can't
Yeah.
wait to meet you.
Yeah.
There's a lot to talk about.
Yeah.
A lot
Anyway,
of questions.
No, I'll listen to it though. Just to, yeah.
I listen to it.
I'll probably buy the blue vinyl too, just because I'm that dude.
Yeah,
Right.
Yeah.
Dude, it's good.
You can
though.
tell by the beard.
It's good though. It's like it's good. You would think that Kanye plus gospel, you're gonna expect a few things. He doesn't do it a disservice.
It
Though.
doesn't matter. We're created by a creator.
Yeah,
He's a creative person.
very true.
Well, and also let's just not.
But some of his
I-
creativity goes left. This one didn't.
Yeah, well, you know
Jesus.
what? Like,
Oh, he's a master marketer. A lot of people don't realize that.
well, it's
Master
not
marketer.
only that, man. He's super smart in a way, and he also has, like, the most ridiculous disposable. If I want to turn a record around in 3 weeks, bruh, come on, I'm gonna be selling kidneys and stuff.
Yeah.
Right.
Like, there's no way, you know. But he has, at his disposal, he can do anything he wants.
Anything.
So if he doesn't, then here's the thing too: whether it goes left or right or whatever, dude never stops moving the needle.
No.
And this is gonna be, people are gonna be so pissed when I say this, but it's very, very similar to David Bowie. It's very similar to Bowie.
The needle.
Well, just the fact that he's
said
never the same.
David Bowie is one of his biggest inspirations.
Well, that's where he got his name. Was from the Ziggy Stardust cover. David Bowie is standing under a sign that says K. West. That's where Kanye came up with his name.
Wow.
Whoa.
Wow.
Yeah. So no, he gets it. He did his work, his homework. He's a historian, music historian. He knows what he's doing. My thing is, he knows what he's doing. It's all calculated and deliberate. He's not
Yes.
dumb.
And that's what we had
Because,
this conversation earlier before
like
you
when he
got
talked,
here.
like when he did the whole jaw wired shut thing.
Yeah.
Nobody else would have done that, but he did it because it moved the needle.
Yes.
Didn't make him rap better or
No.
rap worse.
No.
Didn't make him rap a little worse, but who else was going to ever do that?
Yes.
Nobody did it before. Nobody's done it after.
Rapping
Right.
with the jaw wired shut.
Wired
It just
shut.
was just different. It just was. It
Well,
was
not only
such
that,
a. He's
but
good at
previous to
statements.
that, he was considered a genius producer by Jay-Z, by
Oh,
Nas,
yeah.
by so many people.
He was getting the paper.
He was getting paid before that. Not only that, like, ask Questlove about Kanye.
Oh yeah.
All he wants to talk about is Kanye Tuda from the early days.
Yep. And because he loves it.
Yeah, because he's good at what he does. And here's the thing. As a society, we got to figure out a way to separate art from the artist.
And we don't do that now because
We
of
don't do
social
it because of
media.
social media and because of the gross amount of coverage that's available to us that wasn't previously.
Right.
Roman Polanski is one of the greatest filmmakers that ever freaking lived. Does it make him not a pervert? No. He's a pervert. Absolute
Yeah.
All the
bastard,
way.
like a one-way bastard.
Yes.
But that doesn't make a knife in the
Put
water.
a camera in his hands and tell him to
Dude.
set up a scene.
Go watch A Knife in the Water. Go watch A Knife in the Water. And then
Knife
tell me
in the
that
Water.
dude is not a genius. It's one of his early films. It is ridiculous. Black and white shot. The entire freaking thing outside of two scenes takes place on a yacht with a married couple and a young boy they bring on as like a cabin boy. It is freaking stunning. It's brilliant. It's upsetting. And it's visceral. And it's just like this whole holy shit moment. It's amazing.
Right.
It's amazing. But that's art. It's real art. It doesn't make excuses. It doesn't
Right.
make. There's no pretense.
Right.
It's just amazing.
So
just
I'm going to
is.
jump in right here because we're at a time. We're at 2 hours and 15 minutes.
We've been talking. For
Yeah,
We've been on
yes.
this for 2 hours?
And I
We
want to
haven't seen
give
each other in a
them.
minute.
I know. I want to give them a little taste of your music before we have to
hell.
go.
So I guess
Just-
I gotta play, huh?
You don't have to now. I'm your buddy. I ain't gonna make you play. I go get a track from Spotify and play it for him if we got to.
Brandon will make me play.
I'm over here, please. Yo.
So, and the way we usually do this, you're to be our second musical guest, is we just kind of give you the floor here. We can direct these mics where they need to. They pick up great, and we're gonna take the couch. You can just run down and give us a song or two, and then
Can I just request the song?
I'm gonna play "Pointless Love." Because Do you really think I was gonna play something else?
Everyone enjoy it.
yes.
That's fun. You actually thought I was gonna play something else?
I just want to
So,
throw it
yeah,
out there.
guys,
I don't know if you have plans on it.
I think this is how this is gonna go down. This is Damien Boggs. He's gonna play for us here for a minute.
I'm excited.
You want to sit down? You want a chair? You want a stool? Or what you want?
No, man. I'll just stand right in front of it and get.
You just want to stand?
Yeah. My dad always said, if you sit down, you ain't working.
Oh, hold on. Let me readjust this center camera then. Let me see if this is gonna be good. Look at Brandon. That's a shame right there.
Close enough for the girls we date.
Stretch them out. Hey, Brandon, you want to stretch yours out a little bit? Hold on, I'm gonna get out of your way. Ladies and gentlemen, this is
Damien Boggs.
Damien Boggs. He's gonna play for you guys here.
Oh, God.
Just a little bit. Take us to another place real quick.
I don't even fucking understand.
Let's hope I still got it, man. I played a long time last night.
Yeah?
How's the OPL meters look, okay?
Hold on, let me move it down just a little bit. I got a main one here. Bring this up a little bit.
Still do. Just playing this because you want me to.
Thank you.
See if I have any gas left in the tank, right? Yes. I woke up alone and I'm already crying. I said I'm losing my grip and I don't feel like trying. And now that you're gone and I'm stuck here alone. Ooh, and now that you're gone, I don't see the point in holding on. Ooh. Is this how it feels for a heart to be dying? Yes. I said my soul's full of holes and there ain't no denying. Oh, and now that you're gone and I'm stuck here alone. Ooh, and now that you're gone, don't see the point in holding on. Ooh. I woke up alone and I'm already crying. I said I'm losing my grip and I don't feel like trying. Oh, I don't see the point. Oh, yeah. Don't see the point. No, 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 no. Oh, I don't see the point.
Damn it, I love that song. Oh, man. I'm going to be singing that the whole rest of the day. You don't even understand.
Now, which one was that off of?
That's off the record, the unreleased one. It's coming up. It's that's the title track for the record that will be out in about 45 days.
What is that record called for the guests?
Pointless Love.
Pointless Love.
The Pointless Love EP. That's the title track for it. Do you want another one, Brandon?
Yes. Yes.
This is a kind of a newer one. I haven't recorded this yet, but it's got a kind of a cool title. It's called "Things We Do for Love and Other Failed Attempts at Flight."
other failed attempts at flight. This is the whole name.
Yeah, it's kind of a long time.
Things we do for love and other failed attempts at flight.
Yeah.
All right.
Said now I'm praying, baby, it's raining, and I ain't the fool thinking about you and crying again. And I need you to know, behind the lights of this sideshow, I want you to see what's underneath before you walk away. And I need you to hear what I say. Ooh, will I do the whole thing again? I'd push till I break at the bend. I'd tear the moon from the sky to defend, if it means I get you. If it means I get you. Say that love is eternal, although some say infernal. Go on, make me a match, strike me till I turn black, and let's just watch this whole thing burn. I need you to hear what I say. Ooh, will I do the whole thing again? I'd push till I break at the bend, tear the moon from the sky to defend, if it means I get you. If it means I get you. If it means I get you. We're being honest, I ain't much. My fault line is deep and wide. I got a feeling I'm gonna be alright. I got you by my side. And oh Lord, I do the whole thing again. Push till I break at the bend, tear the moon from the sky to defend, if it means I get you. If it means I get you, yes. If it means I get you. Ooh, I only want you. I'm praying, baby, it's raining, and I ain't some fool thinking about you and crying again.
Slide up in here real quick. Come on, brother.
That was fucking amazing.
So, Damien, could you, golly, give us just a melodic tune on the way out? Just something? You got something?
Little ding ding ding.
Just a little strum as we
Little strum
say
as we-
goodbye to our guests. Here, come sit down with us. You ain't working no more.
Push
uh,
my break in the bend. I love
Yeah,
that.
yes.
I love that. All
There
right,
you go.
all our WhoDatians.
The WhoDatians. Yeah.
Thank you again for tuning in for another week on aboard the spaceship. For B, this is me. For Paco, Captain Demario, and the whole SS WhoDat Podcast legion of faculty.
Yeah.
We thank y'all.
It's
We
more than just
appreciate
us
y'all.
that makes this happen every week, so.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
You may see us, but we got people doing voice acting. We got guests, Damien himself.
Yes.
You know,
Big
people
thank
like
you to
that.
Damien one more
People
time.
watching. Whoop whoop. All you guys, y'all are what makes this happen and what makes it good, you know? So, November 9th, Damien Boggs be at the Shut Up and Ink. It's right across from
Big Wash
the
Tub.
Big Wash Tub.
Hatcher Lane.
So,
Hatcher
November
Lane, Columbia,
9th.
Tennessee, 38401. Put it in your GPS. It'll take you straight to us.
boom, you know. So thank you this week for everybody tuning in, and thank you, Damien, for coming on. He told us, tell us a little about himself, you know, and you got a little flavor of what he's playing, what he's serving, the sauce he's serving. So, yeah, his sauce. He's from Louisiana. He's definitely serving sauce. So, but anything you want to say before you?
Happy to be here, man.
Happy to have you. So,
That's fun.
Let's rub Tatahanas.
yeah, everybody rub Tatahanas for good luck. Look, I'm just gonna motorboat your nose. There we go. So,
Hey, we hope everybody has a good week. Make it a good one. Even if Monday sucks, make sure Tuesday's great.
yeah.
So we'll see y'all next weekend. And anything else that we're missing?
Who that?
Oh, who that?
You're now rocking with DJ.
They're not around. It's gotta be my imagination. I think it's an invasion. I think it's an invasion. I think it's an
DJ Skinny.
invasion. They not around.
Let's go.
Who that? Who that? Who that?
Respect the DJ.
Slip and slide DJ.
It's gotta be my imagination. I think it's an